So Untitled Unfocused,
Hey, how's it going?
talking about stuff. Uh, so today, Ray,
Mhm.
I want to start off with One Piece because I
Okay.
read that one, or I watched that one episode.
Episode 18. Just the one
Yeah,
episode.
yeah, the Gaimon episode, right?
Literally only Gaimon's in it.
Yep. Um. So yeah, why is Gaimon important?
It's not that Gaimon's important, it's what he's saying is important, or what they're showing in that episode's important.
Okay.
Mhm.
Um. So I've okay. So first thing, right? All those animals he was with, right?
Mhm.
Did he make those animals, or were they just there?
They were just there, dude.
They were just there. All right, because when he was introduced, it was like, oh man, I have these powers,
Mhm.
and he never actually showed any powers, I don't think.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I wasn't sure about that because it wasn't clear by the end of it. But he was very attached to them. He wanted to stay with them and all that.
Mhm.
And then he didn't join their crew.
No.
No, okay. So that's another thing I had because like usually with all these people that we've been introduced to at the end, it involves them joining the crew. But with him, he didn't. He was just like, I'm gonna chill here. This is my place. I have a new lease on life. Because one of my favorite parts of the episode was when he was trying to get his treasure back down,
Of course.
and Luffy was just like, nah,
Yeah.
because there is no treasure. There's nothing in here, you know. And it was like I don't know. It was some kind of lesson, some kind of he already figured that they were empty. I guess he was guarding nothing, right? And then yeah, that's pretty much the whole episode. We just learned about him and what he's been going through, how he admires Luffy for being the kind of pirate that he is. Because I guess he said something like how you remind me of me, and yeah, I don't know. I guess another person. This is very much the formula so far. Is that Luffy changes people, and he brings out the stuff in them to make them be who they really want to be. And he did the same thing with Gaimon.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah, Gaimon's great, dude.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yep.
He was a
He's
bush the whole time.
Yep. He looks a little weird. That's not a lie. I mean, Gaimon's not like the nicest looking character.
Yeah, yeah. He was just he's a bush that is inside of a treasure chest, and that's how he walks around. He's like Fred Flintstone with the cars. You know?
He just runs around inside that.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that was just One Piece episode. You know, good time. A character I don't know if I'll ever see again.
He comes back like once or twice. It's not even a joke.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's pretty much it there, unless you have any other Gaimon facts for me.
I mean, let me see it really. It basically sets up like, okay, like what is the Pirate King? The entire point of this. Like you've
Yeah.
heard of it happening.
Hmm.
It's more like getting you into okay, so this is actually like a big thing now. Kind of understand it's been going on for a while.
Yeah, because when Luffy tells him that, he's like, "Yo, this is my goal. This is what I'm trying to do." He makes a big deal out of it, about if he can actually do it, and this was something that, because he used to be a pirate, all that stuff, and yeah, it does just reinforce the whole Pirate King thing and getting the One Piece.
Yeah, and in a way, it's almost like a call to the One Piece, like trying to reach something, but you're not really sure what it is or what it exists for.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
that's what Gaimon's treasure arc is
right.
at.
So like he was like
Mhm.
he was like put there by somebody, or
Forget, dude. He may have washed ashore there. Now he just
yeah.
can't leave. Just stuck. But he likes it there. He likes the animals at least. So
And so he hid his treasure up there, and then it was taken from him at some point, or
don't
those were
really
always
remember.
empty.
Don't
Yeah.
really remember. Don't,
Okay.
I remember the point in this episode is like more like elaborating on what the Pirate King really is.
Okay.
and like trying to get understanding for what the One Piece is. It's
Mhm.
something that you don't really know what it is, but like everyone wants it. Similar to how Gaimon just wants his treasure, and
Mhm.
he's not sure if it's really like empty or not until Luffy obviously makes a discovery for him.
Right. Yeah.
This is more of like a meta episode that's really harkening on it.
Yeah, yeah, I can see it. I mean, I wonder I don't know. I assume they haven't done it yet even in the manga, 'cause I assume that might be where it ends is when they actually get the One Piece or
Of
they actually
course,
know what it is.
it's like as far as I know in the manga, of course, and slash anime, the anime's already gotten this far. One Piece does exist.
Okay, yeah.
It's a real thing. It does exist.
Mm,
They were given the opportunity to find out what it was, but they declined on the
mm.
chance of it's better to find out what it really is by discovering it ourselves.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's more in line with the whole journey, right? And the whole, like, being a pirate and trying to go see what it is to actually earn it,
Yeah,
you know?
it's like are you really the Pirate King if you were told what it was before getting there? It doesn't feel the same
Mm,
as actually getting there and being like, well, this is what this discovery's been for, and we waited, like our journey was just to get to this moment.
yeah.
At least
Like,
in Luffy's mind,
yeah,
the biggest goal.
we've been through 1,000 episodes only for someone to tell us, "Nah, nah, we gotta go see it ourselves."
Mhm.
Mm,
So yeah,
yeah, so that was cool.
nice little like one thing you can just like it's enjoyable in its segment,
Yeah, yeah, I like it.
and it's more
Uh,
for the meta reasoning behind it. As like the Pirate King's a bigger deal. We were like, oh man, Pirate King, it sounds big, but is it really
mhm.
big? It's big. It's big. It's huge.
Yeah, 'cause, yeah, up until this point, it's just, like, a thing that Luffy wants, and, like, he
Mhm,
has other people around him tell him, like, "Whoa, you're gonna be the Pirate King?" That's, like, a big ask, you know?
mhm.
But now with this episode, yeah, it's like,
It sets up the
"Nah."
scale.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
and
entire reasoning behind episode 18. It's like this is just the scale has been determined from here. It's like yeah, it's huge.
mhm,
It's monumental. That
yeah,
was nice. Watched Lion King 1.5.
okay.
Let me tell you, this movie is somehow better than I remembered it.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing, where it's like, dude, we were talking about last time how it's better than Lion King, but
Mhm.
after watching it, it's like, I think it is. You know?
It's better than I remember it. Like
Yeah,
legitimately. Like there was like the jokes that like obviously flew over my head as a kid, like are coming
sure.
to me, and I'm like, okay, well this makes sense. This makes sense. It's like
Yeah.
ridiculous. And then the Uncle Max is just a different type of breed of a character. It's so good.
Yeah.
Like okay, like Uncle Max and Rafiki, top tiers in this movie.
Mhm.
They carried himself so well. Pumbaa is the entirety of Pumbaa and Timon's relationship. Timon does not care a single cent.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah, and, you were talking about the, like, breaking the fourth wall thing. It's
Yeah.
it's still cool here,
Mhm.
with the, like, Mystery Science Theater type thing where they're watching their movie,
Of
right?
course. And in the end, all the Disney casts are coming in at that point. They
Yep.
want to see it now, so they're like, okay. I forgot that scene even existed. Honestly, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I forgot they brought in all the other Disney characters here. At least it's pretty good. It's cool.
I wonder if the voices, like, they brought in the people to do, like, a line in the end, or
Hmm.
if that was just reused from
They
their
probably
movies.
reused, honestly.
Yeah.
Another thing I remembered is that this movie came out as the third movie in the franchise. It came out
Mhm.
after Lion King 2
Yeah.
and before Lion King 3.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing the ads, and it was like Lion King 3. Obviously, they stopped it. Like, no, 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 no.
Yeah.
Twisted around and everything. Okay, now we're good. Lion King 1.5.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I remember those ads because yeah, it was like Lion King 3, and then Timon and Pumbaa pop up, and then, yeah, they literally take the 3 Roman numerals, and they, like, mangle them to make a 1.5, and he was like, "Ah,
Mm-hmm.
perfect."
They like
Yeah.
rip one of them in half. Take
Yeah.
the other one and move it side. We're like, yeah, we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
Perfect. So good.
I think this is one of those movies, one of those, like, prequels. I mean, it's not really a prequel. I mean, it is, but then it's, like, a
It does
companion.
require the knowledge of the first movie to
Yeah.
feel it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think you could watch this alone without watching Lion King and understand it,
Hmm.
right? But, I think it's great. I think it's awesome, you
It's
know?
actually amazing. I don't know how I like at all. I forgot how good this movie was.
They actually make you care about, like, Pumbaa and Timon's relationship, where it is like, Pumbaa is putting way more effort into it,
Hmm.
but there are moments where you see Timon actually care,
Hmm.
you know? I
Like he
mean,
breaks a
when
bit. Like he's like all for himself, and he's like, okay, well now I can't all be for myself. Pumbaa's been there for me. He's like
yeah,
Pumbaa's got no one. He's like I'm everything for him. This was
I
good.
mean, even towards the beginning when, they go past Pride Rock, right?
Hmm.
And they find, the little, like, stream with the thing or whatever, and, Timon thinks he's finally found his home. Pumbaa starts to leave. He's like, "Alright, well, I guess it's just you, and I'm gonna go back to my family," or whatever, and Timon stops him and is like, "Well, you could stay if you wanna, right?"
There's a room here for more than one person.
Yeah. We get the great thing where Pumbaa made them beds, and Timon just takes the bigger bed, because why not, right?
It's
But,
just it's so well made. It's like obviously I knew this was coming up when I saw it, but
yeah,
then it's like Pumbaa is like so happy that he has a friend that he doesn't really care
yeah,
at that point to take the smaller bed. And I'm like Pumbaa's too much of the friend in this. He's
mhm.
also the smarter one in the group, which is actually
Yeah, yeah, he
the
is.
better than you think about. He's smarter than Timon, dude.
I like, I like the moment when Timon was talking to Rafiki, right? And he was like, "Oh, you gotta look beyond what you see," right? And then there's a moment where Timon is looking out, and he keeps, like, focusing in
Mhm.
on different stuff, and you can clearly tell that, it's gonna end with him looking at Pride Rock and, we gotta go there or whatever. But as he's doing it, the, like, music is getting louder,
It's like
to
more
be
intense.
yeah,
It's like
it's getting more
beyond
intense.
what I see. It's like my
Yeah,
eyes are really straining here or something like
yeah.
that.
He was like, "It's really hard to think with all this music." Because, again, going back to what you were saying about the, like, fourth wall and stuff, where
Breaking it.
yeah, he's not supposed to hear the music, that's for us.
Mhm.
It was just funny, Um, in the end, he proposed to the one hyena,
Mhm. Oh
which
yeah,
I
of
thought was
course.
funny. He was like,
It will never work between us. That's what they say. A
"Yeah,
hyena, a meerkat, but it doesn't matter to me.
yeah, it doesn't matter. What would the children think?"
What would they look like?
Yeah. Yeah, and then I think the hyena, I forget which one it was, but she was like, uh, "That goes against so many laws of nature." Yeah. Uh,
Did Whoopi come back to voice the hyena?
it sounded like her. I mean, how far away is this movie from the first one?
I mean, like I think it's like detached enough where you can get another voice actor to come in.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, I
Like it's
mean,
not
like,
mainline.
time-wise.
That's a big question. I don't know, man.
It couldn't have been much farther, right? I
Like
mean,
at least like
because
3 years, maybe 4 years tops.
yeah, which isn't that bad. I mean, this movie definitely was playing off the success of the first one. It's not like the third movie, which, like, just came out.
I mean, the other thing is like this wasn't a theatrical release though,
Yeah, I know, it was DVD,
so it's probably cheaper to get someone else. We're saying
which I
that's
think
how
is
I
a
feel.
shame
Mhm.
because with the whole Mystery Science Theater thing, with them watching the movie like they're in a theater, I think that would've played really well,
Theaters,
like,
yeah.
watching it in a theater, you know?
I think it's super. It knows what it's doing. It's so good.
Yeah. Oh, another thing was when they were doing the Hakuna Matata song,
Mhm.
and then they decided to make it a sing-along, and then, so, like, with sing-alongs, right, there's usually the, like, dot that'll follow with
They,
the words
they
on
got the
screen or
bug.
whatever. Yeah, and then this one, they have a bug because they eat bugs, but then halfway through the song, the bug disappears, and then Timon pauses the movie, and then he looks over at Pumbaa, and he's like, "You gotta spit the bug out," and you find out that halfway through, Pumbaa ate the dancing bug from the screen. I thought that was a good moment too, because again, breaking the fourth wall and
Mhm.
all that stuff.
And then the bug just dies.
Yeah, the bug just, like, spins and falls out of frame.
It just
It's like
dies.
yeah, they were like, "What happened? Is he okay?"
It's dead, dude. They ate it.
Mhm.
It's over.
Uh, we got more of an insight on, their relationship with Simba, you know, more of their, like, shenanigans that they're doing.
You really erase Simba too. That's actually a weird way to think about it.
Yeah, yeah, they did.
Also, Simba
Uh,
grew up in like a day, dude.
yeah. Yeah, it was really quickly.
Simba grew up in one day.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
They had their snail eating competition.
Which is just referencing good, bad, and ugly.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even with, like, the music too,
Mhm.
it's very similar.
And the way they shot them with the snails holding them, at least
Mhm.
originally, with their
Yeah.
hands, the movie just references a lot of things. It's just harkening back to the stuff, and it's so well made.
Mhm.
Scary.
They were, when they were trying to find their, like, perfect place, their perfect home, right? One of the places they tried to do was inside Scar's, like, volcano or whatever he was in, and they were like, "Listen, it's fine," you know?
Steam
It
Home
was a
Dream
thing.
Kid.
Yeah, Steam Home Dream Home, I remember you saying that, and then all the lights cut out and you see all the hyenas marching. It was like,
It's
"Oh,
getting ready
no."
for Be Prepared, dude.
Yeah, and, like, danced out of there, which was funny. Yeah, man, it was great, it was good. Uh, yeah.
Figure out how Timon's the one getting injured when they do bowling for buzzards, man. You're riding on top of Pumbaa. How is he not the one getting hit by everything? It's just you.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. I also love that's how they found Simba, was going out there, and then we see him in the distance or whatever, dying.
I'm not sure if it was fate that brought us to little Simba that day.
Yeah. Oh, I like, oh, yeah, that's another thing, like, showing the other side of the original movie, you know? We were talking about a bunch of stuff, but also when, uh, Simba, like, leaves Nala, right? They're, like,
Mhm,
arguing or whatever, and then he goes to do whatever, right? And they're like, "Oh, man, it's great. We're gonna have him back," you know, as a single cat, right?
mhm.
And then they go to leave, and there's, like, a big storm, and then the Mufasa cloud starts to form.
You can see Mufasa in the background,
Yeah,
and then they just ignore it.
yeah, like, it didn't even happen, and I'm like, that's, like, one of the most like, important parts of the first movie, and they just shrug it off because to them, it's not even happening. Great.
Go check on Simba. Nah, he'll be fine. It's stormy outside. Look at it. It's like, let's
Yeah,
just go.
yeah, it's great. It'll be okay.
He has to reclaim the spot as rightful king. Pumbaa's like, such a sad story. Timon's like, I don't even understand what's happening. She's
Yeah,
making up lies, dude.
yeah. Why is she messing with us? Yeah, I was like, "It's really not that hard. He's leaving to go become king." Scar is literally taking over everything. And then they even kind of, like, add, like, retcon in them helping out in that final fight with, like, the, like, digging and the
The
and the
luau? We got the
distractions.
luau too.
Yeah.
That scene was ripped from the movie.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
really weird scene to think about, like how in the world it happened in OG Lion King. It's like, dude, it's like how was this the idea in Lion King? I'm just saying, dude.
Why?
I don't know, like how it just comes out of nowhere. It's a luau, dude. You're like, oh man, that's crazy.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
It's like it could have been anything. They had a luau, dude.
Yeah, it could have been anything. So how does the fire start? Is it like lightning? Is that what
Yeah.
happens?
Mhm.
I don't think that's how lightning works, though. You know what I mean? Like, what did it hit, the ground?
Like a dead branch or something. You never
Uh,
know.
I thought you were gonna say a dead animal.
Could do that too.
I was like, "Man,
And
that's"
Mufasa.
I I would love that if there was, like, a big moment, right, in a kid's movie. There's a big fight between, the good, the bad, and then Simba loses because he just gets struck by lightning randomly. I was like, "Oh, well, I guess Scar wins."
Mufasa.
I don't know why they didn't do that, honestly. It would have been,
Just have it like hit Scar. You were
Scar.
predetermined to lose.
The
Well,
per
you're too slow for lightning. Just walk out of the way.
Yeah. The person controlling the lightning was probably the, like, big Mufasa cloud, you know?
Mufasa found his revenge in a moment.
Yeah.
This is what it feels like to be hit by a stampede of wildebeest.
I'd like for him to do that, and then it, like, cuts to a close-up of his face, and then he goes, "Long live the king."
You hear the cloud speak it. It echoes through the entirety.
It's a big slow-mo shot of him, like, falling off Pride Rock, you know?
Pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. It was awesome.
Somehow the rating has gone up in my head, and that's scary.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they probably learned from the first one, you know?
You're right, but like it's like normally you expect something like this to be like not as good as you remember it. It's like a children's movie. Like, all right, man, this is something that had in the back, and you're like, it was good when I watched it, if I remember correctly.
Mhm.
But this has aged pretty well.
And, like, I don't look up any facts or anything. Like, I don't know who worked on this, but for, like, the quality of it, I wouldn't be surprised if the original people that worked on the first one came over to this one, because like, it's really good. Like, it has no business being as good as it is for, like, no theatrical
I
release,
like
right?
it as a 1.5 too. It's like
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they put so much effort into something like this. I wonder if it sold really well. It wasn't even straight to DVD, it was VHS.
I mean, I had
Straight
the
to
DVD.
VHS.
I had that, man.
Oh, yeah,
But like,
DVD.
my DVD. It probably went straight to both, honestly. But maybe VHS first, and then they re-released on DVD.
Wait, because when did DVD start? Wasn't that, like, late 90s? It was, like, 98 or 99 or something like that? Was
I
that
think
when
so,
DVDs?
something like that.
Yeah.
I know.
So
I think I still have, like some VHSs of like Toy Story 1, Toy Story 2.
yeah, I don't know if I have any of mine anymore.
I mean, they're like just down there. We don't use them.
Yeah.
I mean, every week, I pull out my VHS player. Like, oh, I gotta watch Toy Story again. Let me rewind the tape real quick.
In that really clean VHS quality. Probably an interesting thing to do is to have, like, a VHS, cut, and then side by side, you have, like, the 4K Blu-ray and, like, see the difference, you know?
I made a VHS for Toy Story 4. People would have bought it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Actually, would have sold a lot.
It probably would've sold more than the Blu-ray.
Yeah, that's
Just like
actually
here.
big, man. But they should have done that.
Yeah, they should. Only on VHS.
No, 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 no. Do both.
No,
Do
no,
both.
no, you do only because I don't
Do only.
force them.
No, because like, see, people are gonna see that doing that. You're already forced. Putting like a limited edition VHS alongside with the DVD, your sales have skyrocketed somehow. Because then there's people who buy both.
One VHS.
Only one in the world,
Only one.
in the vault.
There's only one and you can't buy it because it's in the vault.
Bring back the vault. Bring back
Yeah,
the
bring
vault,
it
boys.
back, yeah.
Bring back the vault.
Unfortunately, Ray, I think the vault died when Disney Plus was born. Because now there is no vault because now you can just watch anything at any time. You know what I mean?
There's a vault for physical, I guess. Just a physical vault, not a
Oh,
digital vault.
physical? Okay, yeah.
To be fair though, they know Disney Plus not everyone's gonna subscribe to it. So
Sure, yeah.
they know they're competing with Netflix, which is like and Hulu. It hurts, dude.
Yeah?
Being a modern company, dude, you gotta compete with companies that already exist. That's scary.
Yeah, I mean, because then you have those older, bigger ones that, like, adapt, and then,
Mm-hmm.
Disney Plus comes out and 100 million people already signed up for it, you know?
And they're like, well, we're gonna watch Disney on here.
Mm.
Well, I mean,
So,
sometimes cable has this cable advantage. I'll hit you this the cable advantage
Oh,
in this case. At
okay.
least when it comes to like at least Disney Plus. You miss Disney Plus shows on cable, but you can at least buy all their movies and whatever on cable. Just have it there
Yeah, you
if you're
can.
willing to stick with that company. But then like you eventually hit the point though where you're buying more movies than you would have paid for Disney Plus.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, I mean, cable's interesting because, like I mean, that's, like, one of the arguments people have nowadays is, like, streaming is just turning into cable
Mhm.
because there's so many different streaming stuff now. Like, every, cable channel now has its own its own streaming service. Like, NBC is gonna be coming out with theirs, and, like, taking all their stuff off of Netflix and Hulu and all that.
I mean, yeah, it's so like what is streaming now, dude? I think
Yeah.
Roku won, dude. Roku got the biggest end of the stick right here. It's actually scary. Roku and any
Why?
smart TV because they just
Why?
host a bunch of streaming platforms.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So no matter what, like Roku has like the biggest end right now. Where like we have specifically designed something for you to have all your streaming services on
Mhm.
this thing.
I mean, I think it's I don't know. It's not really that bad, you just don't be that person that has every streaming service, you know?
But I gotta have HBO, Epic, Stars. I gotta have my Netflix, Hulu. I gotta have.
Stars is not worth it.
Ooh,
Stars
I
Stars
have
is
my
not good.
FXX.
What's on FXX?
Some movies.
Okay, sure.
FX has the movies.
Yeah, they do.
That's true. So they did anyway.
Sorry, what do you have next? You have the list up?
I'm not looking at the list. I got Pluto, Targot, Sing Yesterday for Me, and The Last.
Alright. Alright, we should do the last.
How was The
Okay.
Last? Did you enjoy The Last?
It was good.
It wasn't
Uh,
awful. It shouldn't be. It explains
what?
how Naruto could end up loving Hinata.
It did, yeah.
How?
Yeah.
He
I
literally
liked
lives Hinata's love life.
Yeah, yeah, it's kinda weird.
He sees it from her point of view and he's like, oh, that makes sense.
Mhm.
he guilts himself into loving Hinata. It's kind of weird, honestly.
Yeah, yeah, he does. Which him and Sasuke or not Sasuke, Sakura were talking about it, and she did kind of, reference her own relationship and was kinda like how similarly it started and how, you know, "Did you do this just because I went with Sasuke?" You know? I
Mhm.
was like, "Yeah, it kinda feels that way." You know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Literally, like the best moment of the movie is like towards the end of the movie. You know what I'm talking about? It's already like there's only like one best clip in that movie.
No, I don't know what you're talking
It's
about.
when Sasuke comes out. It's literally the best clip in that movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure, yeah.
It's actually sad.
I
Like the
mean
movie's like it's the movie's like good. Not to say anything, but like Sasuke just ends up stealing it for like his like 3 minutes of showtime.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, you haven't seen him the whole movie, right? And you
It's
didn't really
basically been
expect
hyped up. It's like you're like, when's Sasuke gonna appear?
yeah. Yeah, I mean, 'cause you have everyone else, right? And, like, he's still a part of the village. I didn't very much like, how they won. It was just like, "Oh, let's just combine our powers, and now we win." And it's like, "Alright." He was like, "No, we have to combine our auras, and then that will" and I'm like, "Alright,
We
this
must
is too
become
much."
one.
Yeah.
You and me together, we can do anything.
I knew that, the whole okay, I knew you're talking about how he, like, saw it from her point of view, right?
Mhm.
when that was happening, I felt like, we had a bunch of moments, right, with her doing or whatever, but we had the moment earlier on when she was, like, practicing her confession to him, right, and was, like, gonna give him the scarf. I knew that that was gonna come back around because the way she did it, again, she was practicing, so she was confessing to no one, and then when he started to relive it, I was like, "Oh, when he relives it, he's gonna be then standing in front of her, and it's gonna be like she actually," you know what I mean?
Yeah, trying to
And I
give
was
the
like,
scarf.
"Oh, yeah." Very telegraphed, but I still thought it was cool. And then them, like, getting closer on their mission and stuff, you know? I was like, "Oh, they're actually, like, talking to each other instead of this
He
weird, like, cat and mouse thing," you know?
he's making an effort now, you know,
Yeah.
because he's not as dense as he used to be. Because he's like, oh, I actually he notices now because he's experienced. He's like, okay, so she actually likes me. He's like, I'm actually okay with that. So he actually put some thought into it. It's a little cover up they did there. They saved him from being a little dense with that play.
Well, I mean, Sasuke or not Sakura even talks about it where she's like, "You don't understand any of this." You know what I mean? I don't know, he just never has felt this way about anyone, and he doesn't understand that loving a person isn't the same as loving a bowl of ramen, you know? And it's just,
You can
you
always get
know,
another bowl of ramen, my dude.
you can, yeah.
Like you finish one ramen, you're like, I want another one, dude. They're just so good.
Yeah, I mean, to him, yeah. He he will exclusively eat ramen for his whole life.
They got that nice cut, dude. Meat on top, some
Mhm.
chives.
Yeah. Gotta have chives.
You don't have chives in your ramen, dude. That's kind of weak.
Yeah, I know.
Shout out to anyone who has chives in their ramen.
You know what that reminds me of? You know what I was just thinking of? Uh, do you remember I don't know if it was season 1 or season 2 of Love Is War, right? See okay. When they had, like, the episode I don't know if the whole episode is dedicated to it, but it was with Chica.
Chica's the ramen king or queen, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. And, like, the, like, older guy is just watching her eat it, and it's like, "This is ridiculous. How did she do this?" And then she, like, runs out of pieces, it's just noodles left, and he's like, "Ha, she has now failed." And then she just eats it right from the bowl, it's like, "This is unheard of," you know?
Only
And
a
then
true ramen lover.
yeah, she, like, becomes one of the ramen gods that are, like, hung up in the store.
It's not really spoilers, but this her being like on the top ramen aficionados is something that comes back in like a couple of chapters. They'll bring it back real quick, and they're like, she doesn't know. That's the best part.
Mhm.
Imagine being one of the top ramen like people in Japan, and you don't know. They just know when you walk into the store, like, oh, it's her.
It's her. I've heard songs about her.
We've heard she doesn't have any blog or anything, but when she leaves with a satisfied face, people come here.
Yeah, we know.
We know her magic. We must woo her with our
Mhm.
food.
Must woo her.
She must love the ramen.
I was like, remember that episode of SpongeBob when he was in art school and, he was trying to make that thing out of marble, I'm talking about, and then he was like, I gotta be the marble."
Be the marble.
Yeah. It's the same
So
thing,
good.
man.
Gotta be the ramen.
You gotta be the ramen.
In this case, Naruto
Um,
had to beat Hinata, but I mean, it's really
yeah, it was weird. And, like, there was, like, that other weird dude that was, like, forcing himself to be in a relationship with her.
like
I didn't like
Otsuyutsu is
that.
gonna be Otsuyutsu's, dude. Like they're all
I
crazy.
didn't yeah, I was nah, well, I wasn't a fan of that.
They're all
And
crazy,
then
dude.
and
And
then
Hanabi's there. I mean, it's like okay, dude.
yeah,
Hanabi in the games is kind of a monster. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
I do be using Hanabi in the games.
Was it so another thing, right? Whoever voiced okay, so I watched the dub, right?
All right,
I
you should
didn't
have
think it
watched
was
dub.
important.
Did I watch dub? I think I did watch dub. I don't think I watched dub at all for that. I would have hated it.
Whoever voiced Kakashi I wanna know how much he got paid for this movie because
Barely any.
80% of his lines were just him exclaiming, "What?" Like,
What?
yeah, because every time it cut to him, it was like, the, like, moon was getting closer, and then, yeah, like, 80% of his lines was just him saying, "What?" At this newfound information that the moon is getting closer or, like, the, like, gun, the, like, weapon thing is charging up more, and it was like, "You are useless in this entire thing. You are doing nothing."
Because my man doesn't have a shotgun anymore.
Yeah, it's sad, you know?
Lost a shotgun, dude. He sacrificed it. Well, I mean, it was worth it. I mean, this man's like probably the smartest guy in the village.
He also still knows, like, 1,000 different techniques, you know?
He has them all memorized. It's crazy.
Yeah. There was also the one where we saw Killer Bee for a little bit, which was cool.
It's like, I was like, did they just kill Killer Bee, dude? I was looking at that. I was like, they just killed Killer Bee.
I mean, it isn't his
I
name.
and then like I was like, yo, did they just kill Killer Bee in the last? And they're like, okay. They were like, they showed it later in Boruto, but they were like, he just hides in the sword.
Mhm.
Like they just
Yeah.
stabbed him, dude. Like, how does he hide in the sword?
He has to be the sword.
I remember watching the last, and I remember seeing that scene with Killer Bee, dude, and
Yeah.
just like they just iced him. Like, what did he? What?
Yeah, I know.
It's like they actually killed him.
Mm.
Boruto's like, he hid in the sword, guys. Come on, like actual savage. My
Yeah,
man
I
was
mean,
like dripping. He was dead. You telling me? He wrote that as a mistake, is what he did. He's like, I gotta fix it. I gotta fix it.
yeah. He doesn't have the tailed beast in him anymore, right? Those are, like, all gone. They, like, formed a, like, weird group together, right?
I don't remember if Naruto returned them or not. It's like really weird, dude.
Because
Because he still
there's
has the
all
fox, obviously.
but, I mean, there was another thing I remember, there was, like, a weird comedic beat where I think it was at the very end, and he had the fox, like, writing, uh, some weird letters or whatever, some, like, kanji. He was, like, carving them into the ground or something. I don't remember what it was, and it was a weird beat there where it was like, Naruto made a joke at him because his handwriting is terrible, and then the fox was like, "Hey, I wasn't made to write, I was made to kill," or something like that. I was like, "Ha ha ha. Funny, you destructive beast." So, like, I don't know what that was. I don't know I don't know if he wasn't in him anymore or if he, like, it's like a Pokemon in, I don't know, Emerald or whatever, where it can, like, walk beside you. Sometimes it can, sometimes it doesn't, you know? It's like that.
Yeah, I don't remember honestly what happened to Tailed Beast.
Yeah, it was
I don't know if he has all 10 or if he like moved them all to elsewhere and everyone else lost theirs except for him.
yeah, because that was,
Kara does not have his anymore.
yeah, he
Definitely.
doesn't. He, yeah, because remember that was, like, a big thing where I don't think he has his anymore because I thought that was a point of the end was no one should have these, and their power should be used for something else, and if they're in people, people will always use them for, like, evil and destruction, you know?
Nah, man, because he couldn't match Sasuke in the end without it. Without that, still needed his.
Well, no, no, like, after that, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Like, after the whole thing is over, it was like, "Hey, we should do this now that the war is over," you know?
that doesn't explain anything in Boruto, so I don't even know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Like I can guarantee Naruto has his still. It's like really
Yeah.
stupid. As for all the other ones, I don't know what's happening with that.
He would need his, right, to because like, he's learned other techniques and stuff, but he would probably need the tailed beast to have the extra chakra to actually do, like, the, like, sage stuff, right?
Yeah, he needs Tilbius for his chakra. His chakra is like kind of low.
Without it, he probably has less than most people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Tailbeast literally is what allows him. It's like his infinite chakra resource that allows him to do whatever he wants. Why else can you create like hundreds of thousands of clones?
That was another thing too I was thinking of, right? So like eyes are like a big thing, right? In the show. Okay.
Mhm.
And then we have that dude, don't remember his name. He's got like the Sharingan eyes all over him, right?
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I'm talking
okay.
about? Okay. This movie does the same thing, except it's with Byakugan eyes. He's like, oh man, look at all these eyes. I'm gonna win with this, and I'm like, this is the same thing. And that person
It's
lost.
not a cool Donzo. I mean, Donzo was
Yeah,
kind of cool.
yeah, he was cool.
Like Donzo was the guy who, when you realize, I guess, with the writing of Shippuden, who set up like the entire the killing of the Uchiha and all that other stuff because he just
Hmm.
wanted the eyes or whatever.
Yeah, he won it all for himself.
You want to get rid of them as a police force entirely, just retake the leaf in like a weird way for like the Anbu to do whatever they want. It was a really weird covert thing,
Yeah,
like a militia move. I was like, okay, that was kind of cool, Donzo. You got points for that, being like a
yeah.
weird villain that we didn't know existed.
I feel like we. Oh yeah, yeah. When we first introduced to him, though, I'm like, nah, he's evil of some sort.
And then like
You
said
know
he
what I
was
mean?
Okage because like Tsunade was missing.
Yeah.
So they made him Okage for that time.
Hmm.
And he was just doing like whatever he wants. He's like, all right, I'm done. So, dude, he's like, y'all got any cool eyes? Just asking for a
He
friend.
said all of his bandages are off, and you can clearly tell that he has eyes in his arms and stuff. But like, he's like, nah, it's not for me. It's for a friend.
I just need to know.
Yeah. I just need the information just for later.
Like so obsessed with Itachi as well because he knows like, or like not Itachi, but like
Madara? No.
who's he? I forgot Itachi's friend's name. Shisui. Yeah,
Oh, Shizu, yeah.
that's what Shisui. He's like Shisui's the only one, dude. I need his eyes.
Mhm. I need his
He's like
eyes.
Shisui's eyes are so good. Like, this guy, instant genjutsu. Like, it's crazy. It's like I
Mhm,
need these eyes. It's a genjutsu you don't even know you're in a genjutsu. This can break everything.
mhm.
It's like I need them so I can understand his technique, so I can use it for myself. Itachi'd be like, no. You see this crow? That's really cool, the guy. Yeah, just get out of here. And
Yeah.
Itachi's like, I'll just take the other one for myself.
I don't understand how anyone can watch this show and not think Itachi is just the coolest character in all of
Really?
anime.
It's like OG Naruto. Itachi's like a decent character, you know? Like,
Yeah.
he may actually be subpar in OG Naruto.
Well, like, he fights Sasuke in OG Naruto, doesn't he?
He sweeps him, okay? It's not even a joke.
Yeah, he's so
No one stands a chance. Even Kakashi just gets
it's so
mopped by him.
it's so easy for him.
But like as a character himself, it's just like, okay, you're just there. You just exist really in Naruto, you know?
Yeah. He's powerful, but, like, he's just like, "Okay, we have another powerful dude, sure, but what does it actually mean?" You know what I mean? And
It's like, oh boy.
yeah, yeah,
He has meaning in Shippuden. Like it's like he's strong and he's cool.
yeah. The perfect guy. Yeah, dude, I remember watching OG Naruto for the first time and, like, seeing him catch Sasuke's, his, like, little lightning thing, I forget what it's called.
It's just a story, dude. It's like
Yeah,
don't even joke.
seeing him catch it, I was like, "Oh my god, he's gonna kill everyone here in, like,
Finger
5
flick.
seconds."
Like, finger flick. We out, boys. I've done my
Yeah,
job. Sauce on that man.
yeah.
He could have killed Sasuke so many times. So I don't think Sasuke's got the notice that like you could have been dead if he wanted to.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He
Like I
didn't
gotta
even
kill
use he didn't even use his, genjutsu on him at all in that fight. I mean, it wasn't really a fight, but
again, if Itachi wanted to, he could completely use Sasuke for whatever he wanted. But
yeah.
and again, he chooses to die at the end. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
He could have chose to live, which is insane. And he's like, I'll just die, guys. I'm already dead.
You know that how many people could he not beat?
That list is very small. Maybe Pain potentially. but like that's like on
Pain,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
that's like on like the weirdest aspect because like your man, if he was revived Itachi beats Pain every time.
I mean, it's tough because Genjutsu seems very OP for him. You know what I mean? So like if he just looks at anyone, he wins.
It's specifically revived Itachi because revived Itachi puts him into Izanami or whatever.
Yeah.
Pain can't lose. Pain already lost, dude. OG Itachi would never put anyone in Izanami because he knows he's gonna lose his eyes for it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Revived Itachi, he doesn't care. He's like, "You're looped. We're done.
And
You've
like
already lost the game point."
I love that aspect of his character towards the end when he was dying, right? With you saw like the calculations in his mind for like how many more times he can use his eyes. And like he has to be so particular with what he does with those powers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's going blind, dude.
Yeah. It's great.
He's already injured. Like, who was he fighting? Like Datara before this?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Fighting Datara, I'm pretty sure.
Hmm.
He comes to this fight already like half beaten up. I think he either escaped from Datara or like he beat Datara pretty good, and then he came to fight Sasuke.
Yeah.
He's going blind at the same time. He can't really see clearly, and he's still mopping him.
Easily, dude. Wasn't there a point in that fight where Sasuke wins, but then you realize that it was all a Genjutsu? I'm pretty sure there was a moment in there where that happens.
It's so good. Itachi just.
Yo, I'm telling you,
And
he's
just imagine that
crazy.
Itachi loses, like strictly, I think via blood loss or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's like my man Sasuke, you did nothing.
Yeah, absolutely nothing this whole fight.
Your man pulled up his Susanoo, and he has like the ultimate shield. Are you kidding me?
Mhm.
You can't hit him or hurt him.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. Cause like, by that point, Sasuke is, like, really strong,
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
definitely.
But, like, even with him, man, like, you thought you were strong, you're not even
Sasuke, I think,
close.
just awoken his eyes at that point too.
What happened?
He just awoken his eyes. So Sasuke just got his yeah, he just got his awakening.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So he got like his full Sharingan, but then like after he beats Itachi, he gets the full Mangekyo,
Mhm.
where he's like, now I don't have to worry about like going blind.
Yeah. He still has the Rinnegan
Yeah,
after all
yeah,
this?
Sasuke's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, that's crazy. What does the Rinnegan do again? What's, like, its whole thing?
I forget. I
You
know
remember?
Pain had Rinnegan, or like
Yeah,
he can use
yeah.
it so he can see everyone. I think it's just
Mhm.
like a really good like vision based. It can see like chakra and everything.
Okay.
Forget, dude. But like it's definitely like his. I know his Rinnegan has the Sharingan inside of it too.
Yeah. Yeah, his is crazy.
So he still has the Sharingan inside of his Rinnegan.
Mhm.
Eyes in Naruto, dude. Crazy.
He's in Naruto. Alright, what do you wanna, what do we have? We have the 2 anime and then, something else, right?
Let's talk about the mighty thing yesterday for me.
Okay. Yeah, we okay, yeah.
Disappointed.
Disappointed? Okay, okay,
I feel like I changed my. It's disappointment, okay?
sure, yeah.
Because we construed this amazing story that was kind of fun for us to say.
Mhm.
Where it's like, oh man, all these crazy things could happen because we have so much time.
Yeah.
It's like 16 episodes or 18 episodes like that.
18
Anything can
episodes, yep.
happen. It's 12, dude.
Yeah. So, when did you find that out?
Today,
After or before you watched it?
after I watched it,
After? Okay.
I was
Yeah,
like, how long
'cause
is? Like, isn't it supposed to be 18, dude? And I was like,
okay, go ahead. Yeah, so I found out after I finished it, right? I watched episode 12 and I was like, "Okay, you know, cool. We have 6 more episodes." I don't know where the show's gonna go for 6 more episodes, but okay, sure. So I went to my anime list, like I always do, and I added the episode, you know, I'm up to episode 12, right? Gotta stay up to date. and then it finished, it, like, completed, it was like, "Oh, I'm gonna set this to completed," instead of watching, and I was like, "No, there's 6 more episodes left, what do you mean?" And so I went online, and there are 18 episodes, I don't know if you saw this,
Mhm.
but 6 of them are just, like, little 1 minute, 2-minute, like, extras, and I watched them. I don't know if you watched them,
I didn't
right?
watch them.
I watched them. They're not essential in any way.
Okay,
They're all just,
awesome.
like, little, like, again, like, 60-second filler of, like, here's, like they're basically deleted scenes.
Okay,
Um, the only
is
one
one of
I
them like
liked
Haru like hanging herself
actually, all 6 of them are.
from different angles?
Um, the only one I thought was worth it was the last one because it was an extra for episode 12,
Okay,
and, it wasn't anything crazy, but it was more of, uh, them 2, like, being together, and it's like, "Oh, it's like a real relationship." It's nice. Uh, it also goes more to so if you remember the ending of episode 12, he, like, confesses and stuff, and, she tells him that he has to redo the confession, like, it wasn't good enough,
of course.
basically, and so in this extra I think it was in the extra, it wasn't in the episode, uh, he, like, confesses to her again in, like, his home or whatever, and she gives him more points, like, "Oh, th this time was better," but it's still not there, but y
So
they
just
also,
one.
like yeah. They also kind of I don't know, like, how time has worked, but he he has a line after she says that where he's like, "How many times have I done this again?" So, like, you get the idea that this is, like, the 10th time he's redone this.
It's only been like 4 days, my guy. He's already like,
Yeah. He's like, "Man, I this is not good.
"This isn't gonna
Gotta go
last till
back."
marriage, till the
Um,
proposal is gonna be."
yeah. Uh,
If that
so I
does propose, not enough points, dude. Come back
nope,
next week.
not good enough.
Next week, if you say it, we can do it.
So I have a few things. Now knowing this is the final episode, uh, I have a couple things, right? So, um, one, and this is the reason why it gets, the show as a whole gets docked a couple points for
Mhm.
me, is because I feel like it was it felt really rushed, you
Was
know?
rushed. It's just
Where
one episode, dude, like that quick.
yeah, so Uzumi and Shinako just agree to be friends very quickly, wh which I thought was crazy because like, they spent this whole time trying to get back with each other and, like, trying to overcome
Months, dude.
yeah,
Months.
so much time.
Apparently it's already been like a school year or whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like, are you kidding me?
and,
I've
like
only seen 30 minutes.
and, yeah, like, them, like, playing with time was weird, um, and, like, all this turmoil you've put through, like, Rue and Haru for you to just be like, "You know
Imagine
what?"
that Rue didn't know for like months, dude. He's like, she just doesn't come to the house anymore, dude. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's odd, man, I haven't seen her in a
It's been
while.
months, dude. So I guess she just hates me. Walks by her house, like, oh, she does hate me.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's him.
You. Yeah.
Gross. But, like, I don't know, like, them becoming friends, agreeing with that was just really quick, and then for him to just flip the script and be like, "Well, that didn't work out. Let me go confess to Haru." It was like, and, like, they tried to, like, build some tension with, like, him on the bus and him on the train and him freaking out and, like, sweating and, like, grabbing his chest and stuff, but I don't know, it was just so
Yeah, this
quick.
13 episode on this. They probably could have done enough time for it.
Yeah, I was literally thinking the same thing where I was like, "This didn't need 18 episodes, but if we just had one more to, like, fill in that gap between 11 and 12 to, like, I don't know, like, build" oh, shoot, I hit the thing. To, like, build up this tension and, like,
An
Uzumi trying to
extended
figure out
12,
what he wanted
like
to
really
do.
just like lengthen it out.
What happened?
Like add more depth into 12, really. Like more,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it just
Allowed
happened
him
so
that
quickly.
time for it to make it.
Mhm. I do like that it took 12 episodes, but, her crow was finally relevant, you know? Where, like, he, like, stopped her from getting on the bus to be like, "Hey, Uzumi's here," you know? Thought that was nice. Oh, but then the very ending, right? I don't understand that, either. I don't know if that's, like, a manga thing. They're like, "Oh, man, this could be a season 2." But, like, with Rue having his, like, apartment party, I guess, and then Shinako going in there and, like, dropping her bag and looking like she saw a ghost.
Well,
I don't
so
understand what the point of that was.
I think like she's going to like this picture is Rue's apartment, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's his apartment. She sees someone who's not, Rue in the apartment. Doesn't
Sure.
know it's a party. Assuming she doesn't know it's a party. Like
But,
Rue.
like, she, like, looks into the room and sees the people in there. So
A
it's
little
Rue and a
shocked.
bunch of people,
Yeah.
and then she just, like, lost her life in that moment. I don't understand if she's, like, jealous or if she went over there to, I don't know, tell him something or,
I
like,
don't know, I
what.
don't know what the fuck, dude. She's up there, dude. All I can say is that Rue was like, "Don't look at my sketchbook. I definitely don't
Yeah.
draw my waifu in here."
Yeah.
Lo and behold,
Yeah. Well, everyone's looking at it and, like, he was just, like, looking away, and then she's there? It's like,
like,
"Oh my god."
is that her Rue? Is that the one you draw in your book all the time?
Your book is literally just her.
It's like just the same picture, just different angles.
Yeah,
Why is
man.
there just one girl hanging here?
That's not canon, that's in the extras. How'd you see that? Yeah, man.
I need to stop myself.
Yeah, I don't
Honestly,
know. Go ahead.
how do I felt teased with that, dude. 18 episodes. I was like, we could have something great here. Could
Yeah.
have been such a different. It ended up becoming, dare I say, a generic rom com.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, yeah, like I said, I think with that ending, it definitely knocked it down a peg or 2 for me because, yeah, it was just so rushed and it was like,
With
"Oh,
that
yeah,
extra
so."
episode, it may have ended up becoming like, okay, that's fine. Extra episode, no,
Yeah,
that's good. We
yeah,
needed
I
that.
mean, you know, like you just said, it very, very generic. It was like, "Oh, yeah, Uzumi and Haru just get together and everything's nice, it's perfect, there's no problems, there's no issues, there's no build up to making the decision, it's just he confesses, she's very happy, and now they're together." It's like, "Okay, cool, I guess." And
Kind of weird. The first 11 are good enough by itself, and the 12th episode just takes it down.
yeah, I know. I wanted there to be some resolution with all these webs, but, I don't know. It was just way too simple and way too, like, predictable from the very beginning, right? Were those all the webs?
The webs.
And, like, what is Shinako gonna do now? Is, like, she gonna go try to be with Rue?
She's
You know what
gonna
I
be
mean?
with Rue. That's like it's his brother.
I don't like that at all.
She's like, you are not Rue, you are. And then she's gonna be like, how are you doing? It's like he's dead. He's like,
He's
no, you're him. Stop saying that. That's gonna go for Rue. I don't think it's
you
a
are
healthy
him.
relationship, but I mean, Rue gets the W for one day. We'll let him have it.
One day, his fantasy is fulfilled.
For the rest of his life, he'll be known as his brother. It's just the price he has to pay.
Hmm?
He
He's gonna
doesn't know it
go
yet.
he's gonna go and legally change his name.
I mean, he doesn't have to. It's his name now.
What do you mean? That's his name. Yeah, man, so, I would like a second season, and, like, hopefully they build upon this and they learn from it, and they actually, like, develop whatever because, like, the manga's still going, I guess, like, there's way more manga.
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, that's what people were saying online, you know what I mean, on, like, Reddit and stuff.
It had a good resolution. They could do a season two, and in fact, I wouldn't even mind a season two with other characters in a similar theme show. It's kind of weird to say that.
Yeah, no, I get it, yeah. And then, like, attack the relationships from like different angles, you know?
Similar to how they did early on. It would be nice, honestly.
Mhm. I would like for his friend to come back.
Oh yeah. Oh, let's see. Why don't we see more of the other characters? That'd be great for a season 2.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, because we got him, and then we got Haru's workmate,
Who's getting
you know?
married?
Yeah. Which I thought was happening very quickly. I feel like a few episodes ago, she was looking for someone to date.
I'm saying this right now. Apparently, time in these episodes they move at a different pace than we do.
Yeah, yeah, right?
I feel like apparently like weeks have happened upon like things happening, and we think of it as like a couple seconds, honestly.
Mhm.
But like that
Or
meeting
like
just happened. Like I guess
yeah,
in the manga, it's been a couple weeks or a couple days, and it's like okay,
yeah.
because like it did the same thing. It's like it's been months, dude, since we talked. It's like what do you? I saw you like 3 seconds ago, dude. Stop.
Yeah. It was literally yesterday.
The
In
name of the
fact,
show.
yeah. That conversation is this conversation we're happening right now. So yeah, man, what would you give it?
Sick.
Yeah?
That sounds right. This could have been like an 8 or 9, easy.
Yeah, I think it very well could have been. But the ending, man, you know?
I think
It
one more
is
episode, I could put to like 8.3 or 8.4, and I'd be like,
yeah,
that's nice. It's a nice show. It's great.
yeah.
Again, we came up with that funny ending of like the Haru and Ru's sad depression. It would have been funny. Obviously, it wasn't going to happen, but it could have.
But it could have. And that's the best part,
Could have happened.
is that, you know, what the, narrative that we were trying to spin was not completely out of the realm of possibility, you know what I mean?
Could have happened.
It could have.
It probably happened in the manga, dude.
It's happening right now, actually.
Ru is like being strapped down
Mhm.
and like fed food,
Yeah. Sure,
like
yeah.
drugged, so he can try to be his brother, and he hates it. He hates every day of his life, but he can't because he loves her.
On one hand, I hate this, but on the other hand, we have Shinako, you know what I mean?
Haru realized that life with Uzumi is not the same she thought it would be. She
Mhm.
tried to fly like her crow did, and it just didn't work.
It just didn't work. Yeah, man, we also finished Tower of God.
Different Tower God.
Yep, first season.
Episode 13,
Mhm.
the finale.
Which was
The
titled Tower of
prologue.
God. Yeah, prologue. Yeah, man,
I
so we
think
saw,
love shows.
what happened?
Love shows like this.
Yeah.
I did the same with One Piece with you. I'm sorry. I showed you an entire prologue. I'm sorry, dude.
It's fine.
That's all of One Piece right there. That was the prologue. How do you feel?
It's awful.
And how do you feel that Tower of God in entirety was just a prologue? How do you feel that
Uh,
Promised Neverland was a prologue?
was it?
How do you feel that Naruto was the prologue to Naruto Shippuden?
See, now that one I don't agree with. I don't think that's how that works. Uh, yeah, so yeah, it was kind of a prologue. It was just from Rachel's point of view, right? Um, in this we just learned that she's an awful person. You know, she's just
Terrible.
terrible. She's very
That's what makes
selfish. She doesn't deserve anything, you
it's what
know.
makes her so good. Is that you can actually feel that like a little bit. You can understand why she's doing everything. It hurts a bit. Where she's actually kind of relatable to a point.
No, no, she sucks. She's awful.
It's awful. All
She
my homies hate me.
cause like her goal is to see the stars, right? What do you mean no? Okay. So she wants to climb the tower, but like she's not good enough to climb the tower. She has so much help, you know. She literally couldn't pass the first test. Well, to my knowledge, she's an irregular the same way that Bam is,
Yeah, she's a regular.
and Bam passed the test. So like, why don't you just put in some effort? Is all I'm saying. You know.
She did put in her effort, and then it's a different type of effort.
Well, like how?
Her effort is just manipulating people. But like, imagine manipulating people, and then you're also getting manipulated.
But like she was she was Ash Ketchum of the first floor. She got handed that win.
First floor was a dub.
Because like Head On was just like, all right, you can now pass this first floor, even though you did nothing. And then we're gonna send you to the second floor to do the whole Hunger Games thing, but you can also do nothing because we're gonna give you this all powerful fighter who'll just kill everyone for you. And then we're also gonna team you up with this princess who is also all powerful and will not lose to anyone in your little crop. And then we're gonna just put your team in this other tower, just putting them in, which never happens. We never split or combine forces like this, but we're gonna do it for you. She's given everything. Bam got given the sword, he didn't use it, you know? And then Bam saved her in the thing, in the King of the Hill game.
Yeah,
Rachel's done literally nothing.
that's the point.
She sucks.
Rachel is, Rachel gets better with age, dude. I don't know if I should say it like that.
Sure. Yeah.
All my homies hate Rachel.
I hate her too.
You can understand why she's doing stuff though. I don't think the anime really displays it as well as they could.
Yeah, I don't understand at all. I think her goal is to climb the tower, and she's been
Yeah.
given 17 handicaps, and now she's right where Bam is, who has actually worked for it, for a good reason.
And Bam was like, "I want to be with you," and Rachel's like, "I don't think I want to be with you at all."
Yeah. And Rachel has a weird jealousy towards Bam, and it's like, you have literally done nothing. You have not worked towards anything. You just had people around you succeed for you. And then Bam's actually doing all the work. You know what I mean?
Big thing that happens later on, they do bring it up, where like Rachel isn't really strong for herself, but
Sure.
she surrounds herself with strength.
Okay.
Where Bam himself is strong, and strong people just flock to him naturally.
Yeah. And like, yeah, 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 she's like jealous of that. But it's like Bam, she her like inner monologue is almost like she sees Bam as an enemy. And it's like, Bam wants to be with you. You can just be with him and then climb the tower. You
He's a
see
free
all of
dub.
his huh?
He's a free dub.
Yeah, I mean,
You've seen him kill the bull.
you are literally being given wins this entire time, and for some reason you won't go with the surefire win with Bam.
I mean, like the reasoning behind that is because Hadon said to kill him.
Yeah, he did do that.
Hadon said kill him.
But he's not dead. She failed.
She doesn't know that, and technically, her trial's still going.
Why? What do you mean?
Her trial's not over until she kills Bomb, dude.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
That's her trial. She can keep climbing for right now, but unless she dies or Bomb dies, that trial's not over.
Okay, so I have a question, right? This is something I was thinking about, right? Maybe my memory is just bad, or maybe it's a manga thing. I don't know. How much does Kun know about Rachel?
Kun knows literally nothing. He can't find anything on Rachel or Bomb.
Okay, so what what was Kun and Rachel talking about when Rachel wanted Kun to keep a secret?
So like what Quinn literally said, I wish I could have met him first.
Yeah,
Because so like in his mind, he knows Rachel's like up to something. He can't
yeah,
really say
yeah.
for certain. He in fact wanted to, as we already know, as the viewers, he was planning to kill Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
His goal was kill Rachel. When he's like I'll take Ho and Rachel on one spot. We'll hit them together.
Yeah.
We'll get rid of both of them. Rachel's dead. Then like your Bam has no choice but to climb with me. Bam's not tied to Rachel anymore. So he's doing it for selfish reasons as well as like to save Bam if anything were to be wrong with Rachel. Because in his mind, he's like, Maria's betrayed me as well. I don't want
Mm-hmm.
Bam to be betrayed by Rachel the same way Maria's betrayed me. So like he's got like his own issue there. He wants to protect them. Kun in a way is like the real bro of that. Like he's like looking out, trying to see. wishing he could meet Bam before Rachel saying, "I know you're doing something with this. You've done something." I could have been there for him though.
Yeah, yeah, because right before that, he says something like how, he tells her that, uh, I think he says that Bam loved you, right? And then Rachel goes to say, "I know," and then he cuts her off and is like,
You
"No,
don't know how much he did. It's like,
yeah, like, if you knew, you wouldn't be here." And then she just goes quiet because he's right, you know? Yeah, and then we have, the, like, red-haired girl, I don't remember her name, the
Marion,
one with, like, the eye thing, you know?
Marion.
Yeah, she's, like, all part of it too. She finds Bam at the end, and she,
Yeah.
like, tries to stoke the flames of his hatred, I guess.
I think there's like three masterminds that you've already seen, so or four, I guess, including Quinn. I
Yeah?
feel like four masterminds here doing their own thing. You got Huarun, her own plans.
Mhm,
You got Han Sung Yu, the test administrator.
mhm.
You got Hedon. You got Quinn. Four people who are just really big brain doing their own things
Yeah.
all the same.
Yeah, pretty much. So, is Bam, like, done with Rachel now? Because he knows what she did?
And no, also say that.
Okay.
Bam is like he wants to know why Rachel did what she did,
Sure, yeah.
and he'll that's his first thing, and then from there he'll decide if he'll forgive her or not.
He still intends to climb the tower too.
He tends right now. He tends to climb the tower to find Rachel to see why she did that.
Do we know where he is right now? Because
So
like
slight spoiler. Got season two. We'll talk. He's on some floor, dude. I forget what floor number. It's like in the teens or in the 20s or something like that.
okay.
Let's see. So slight spoiler season two. Obviously, if anyone with a brain is watching, you know it's like it's bomb in the end scene, right? Just like
Yeah.
massive long. It's pretty obvious.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Slight spoiler season two. Some people care, some people don't. He goes by Juvial Grace right now.
Okay.
You don't want people to say, "Oh, Bam is climbing the tower." Bam is dead.
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah. Because like he he has to, appear like he's dead. Sure, yeah. Um,
But I can't really speak for anything else other than like, yeah, he's climbing, and Huarian's doing her thing with him.
mhm, yeah.
Can't really speak on what's happening there though. Han Sung Yu is a genius of a man, able to play all the cards at once and have nothing go wrong in his floor.
Yeah, because that ranker quit, right? Or he got
Yeah,
fired, I forget which one.
he quits in the manhwa. I don't like how they say he got fired.
And then he also brings the other ranker with him.
Yeah, he quits, dude. I don't like how they say
Okay,
he gets fired. He
okay.
willingly leaves. He's like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know what you've done. He's like, but you've done something here. He's like,
Yeah.
on this point, I can't prove anything against you.
Mhm.
He's like, you've done it too well. I'm leaving. He's
He also plans on climbing the tower.
not really climbing the tower, but I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
he's already climbed it. This man's just gonna walk through it a bit.
um, and there's one more thing too. Um, yeah, so they're all like, "Man, we gotta climb the tower now, and we're gonna climb it with Rachel, because like, that's what Bam would've wanted."
Yeah,
And, like,
Haley would have won it.
the whole time, I'm just like, "Nah, you should all just kill her right now. You should all just do it," you know?
Go on, kill her, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so
See,
many of you.
Quinn was a smart guy. He would have put the lighthouse down where they were. Put
Sure, yeah.
the lighthouse there to see what was happening.
Mhm,
He would have duped his lighthouse. What a big brain. He misplayed. He forgot one
mhm.
step in the equation.
It's a very vital step. Yeah, man, I don't like it. Rachel, she's there. She's still getting the help of everyone, and, yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen with Bam, if he is higher, it's like, man, I assume we're still gonna follow him, and yeah, it'd be interesting to know. So I wonder what his priority is, if it's to climb the tower or if it's to get back to Rachel.
Right now, he's climbing the tower to get to Rachel.
Okay,
He wants to know why Rachel pushed him.
right. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Rachel will never tell anyone though.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Rachel's gonna get found out, like, soon, you know? Because
You
like,
know,
Kun is too smart. Uh, we also have Endorsi, who she knows something's up, you know?
and
We
Dorsey's
got,
like so big, brain. It's actually ridiculous too.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we got, there's someone else too, I forget. I don't know.
Yeah, Hans, Hots, Shibisu, Anak. I don't know which one of those you want to talk about. They were named them to Kingdom Mind.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Rock.
Dude, Rock's great. He's great. He was
I'm
crying
not.
the loudest when Bam died. That was
Of course,
nice.
the alligator cries over the death of the turtle.
So yeah, I think one of them, one of these people is gonna find out what Rachel did. They're gonna be like, "Hey," and they're gonna find a way to prove it. I don't know if they can prove it. They're gonna find a way, and they're gonna do their own plotting and scheming like they always do. And Bam will get reunited with them the second that Coon stabs Rachel in the heart.
Kun does not spare any steps, any excuses. He goes straight in as hard as possible.
Yeah,
Kun does not have any hesitation in him whatsoever,
none.
except for when it comes to making hard decisions.
Can
He's
he
like, which door?
clone? Can Coon clone living things?
Apparently not, according to what we've
Okay.
seen at least. If that was the case, he would just clone himself and just be a mad lad.
If he could clone living things, do you think he would have cloned Baby Rack?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Baby Rack is a hero.
When the administrator or the director or whatever made Rack big again, would that also make the clone Baby Rack big again? Or or would we have two versions?
Now we're asking real questions.
Yeah.
Now you gotta ask SIU, dude. See what he says.
And which Rack would be the alpha?
The OG, obviously. The OG knows his place. Or would he?
Yeah, would he? I don't know. Rack to me doesn't seem like the smartest one. You know what I mean? He may not know. What if we had a contraption like uh Joey Wheeler did? Do you remember
Which one, dude? There's a lot of contraptions in OG
do you
Yu-Gi-Oh!
remember his I don't know what it was called. It was like his like time wizard card I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So just like in that, can he can he make an older, wiser Rack? And now we have 3 generations of Rack.
Time Wizard, you can make a young rack, an old rack, and then a medium standard rack.
Yeah.
Would young rack be baby rack, or would baby rack be a variation of old rack, which can then turn into a baby giant and baby tiny?
Mhm.
There's 6 different racks. Is there
Yeah.
something we have to crack in the rack code? Read to the rain frame?
I mean, I feel like that would just be too much power at that point, right? You can't have that many racks.
Can you?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm a little scared to find out, you know?
Rack has the shadow clone jutsu, okay. And they all have spears, okay?
They all have spears. So, when does okay, when Kun clones something, is it real?
It has to retain the properties of it being somewhat original. So my man clones candy bars on the daily.
Yeah, so I was asking about that because, like, is that real food? When Rack eats it, does he actually get the food, or does it, like,
Clone the crown
disappear?
too.
What happened?
Clone the crown. What happened to the clone crowns? The crowns disappear after he was done?
Yeah, I know.
Are you just digesting empty calories?
Right. At that point, with the crowns, it doesn't become who has the crown, it becomes who has the most crowns. You know what I mean?
He pulled up like hundreds of them. He's like, I got more, dude.
It becomes a whole new game, you know?
How much of the crowns you want? I got too many. I can sell you a crown. You all want crowns? We can all leave, win happy. Just come sit on the chair. We all win. Imagine they turn the game into that. They're like, we all got crowns, dude.
Oh, yeah, we all won, like, I don't understand.
That would have been funny. I'm watching Lero be like,
He just starts sweating, doesn't know what to do. Um, could he have cloned, any of the swords?
he could have, he would have. I feel like the ignition weapons, at least the month series, I feel like they're somewhat alive.
Okay.
They have like a soul to them. At least if you see the Black March, at least.
Sure, yeah. If he turns his bag inside out, does it clone the bag?
Or does it just create a vacuum in space? Does he rip
Yeah.
the space-time continuum by doing so?
That's actually how the show ends.
It could ends up as like, I gotta do my forbidden technique. I'm getting told it
My
on.
forbidden technique.
Like, you guys are too strong. I can't stop you with normal means. What are you doing? I'm turning my bag inside out.
Oh
What?
no, oh no, not that.
What do you mean? Is that the no? Not that bag. Not that bag.
Yeah, man. I thought Tower God was good. I thought it was a good ending. I thought it was a nice cliffhanger of with Bam, with Rachel, with all the higher ups doing their thing. You know, we did have some ending narration of like, this is the end of their story, but it's also the beginning. So I thought that was cool.
Prologue, dude.
Um,
That's season
yeah,
1. It's great.
yeah.
Imagine season 2 is like so much longer than that. Like if the season 2 to that is gonna be like One Piece, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying like 400 episodes. I'm saying it's gonna be like a couple hundred, dude. Like 100, maybe 200 tops.
I mean, I feel like they'll break it up.
They're gonna break it up, or they can actually cut that longer too. At most, I'll say like they could do like 4 or 5 seasons from there if they wanted to. Like 60 episodes. That makes sense. Depends on how much arcs they want to put in, or how like they're shortening and stuff. But
Yeah,
they have a
yeah,
lot of space for that though.
yeah. So now we have to figure out what we're doing starting next week.
Yeah. So let's see the 3 anime you sent me. So
Yeah.
that's now we can just ditch one of them, which is
Easier, right?
ditch one. So let's see.
So yeah, while Ray's looking that up, we have to figure out what new shows we're gonna do starting next week.
We
Let's
have
do
3
new
picks here.
seasonal
We
stuff.
got Friend for Girlfriend, The
Mm,
Misfit of Demon King Academy, and
mm,
Deca-Dence.
yeah.
Honestly, I am not objected to any one of these 3.
Okay.
Misfit of Demon King Academy, if I remember, that's like an isekai. Was it or no?
Um,
Or was it just like a school-based fantasy?
that was one where it was like it's like a super powerful demon, but then like he doesn't he like sucks or something. I don't remember.
Rent a Girlfriend was kind of weird yet kind of interesting. I'm like, this is a weird space on the rom com we can roll
Yeah,
with.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. And then what was the other one? Decadence,
That's
right?
what weird like sci-fi one. I'm pretty sure. It
Yeah, yeah, it's like sci-fi. It kind of gives me Gundam vibes.
does a little bit.
You know what I mean? Trying to look them up. Seasonal. Oh man. Next season. What was that one? The Demon King one?
Misfit of Demon King Academy.
Where is it? I don't see it on here. Oh, it's right here. So yeah, man, he's like ruthless demon, been reincarnated. Um Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess it's like a reverse isekai where the demon goes to real life and he's not good at school.
So you're telling me Inuyasha was both the reverse isekai and the isekai?
At the same time?
Inuyasha's kind of weird, dude. I'll say Inuyasha is like when I think of an isekai, the first, at least in my head, my first isekai, Inuyasha. I'll say no hesitation. It's like
Mhm,
girl magically transported to like Imperial Japan with like like demons and everything roaming around it, and then like at the same time like she's not really dead. She just walks through a well and comes back out, and then she's back in her world. And she goes back to the past where she sees her ancestor, who like likes Inuyasha, and then Inuyasha's like, I like the ancestor, but then she's like crazy, and then it turns into Inuyasha liking like the main character, obviously. And it's like that's kind of weird, but like you
mhm.
never know. Inuyasha's just
Yeah,
like her dog. She's like sit and he has to listen to her because like she's like the ancestor of like the priestess, and like he just can't say deny the orders.
mhm.
So like she's like shut up. He just can't talk. He's like this is so like stop please. I want to speak. He can't say anything. So he's like.
Yeah,
But then Inuyasha's like also like this really strong guy. He has like Tetsu Saiga, and he's like eventually later he can like rip holes in space time and like kill people with black holes. Or like I mean like it's kind of weird. I mean I'm not gonna lie about that. And then you're like, how is Tetsu Saiga just a fang of something? It's like oh man. Yo, Inuyasha was like on weird power levels. You got Shikon shard. You put a Shikon shard in your arm. All of a sudden you can punch things like really. You like put a hole in like the entire universe or something. That doesn't happen, but I mean you could.
but it could.
I mean, like one of the main characters in Koga puts like Shikon shards in his legs, and he runs really fast. It's like I can run there. Want me to do it again?
He wants me to do it again?
I'll do it again. Then his
Yeah,
brother
right.
has like some weird issue. He's like, you have Tetsu Saiga, but I have Test Saiga. You have the sword
Mm,
destruction. You have like the sword creation. He's like, I want
mhm.
sword destruction. Like sword destruction's a manly sword. What's sword creation? It's like a weak, petty sword. But then like the Saiga's like so good. I'm like, what's wrong with you? It's like ridiculously nice. It's like you just want to like. He's like you're not even like a full demon. I'm a full demon. You're like a half demon. Like get out of here. You're not even good enough. Give me the sword destruction. I'm a demon. You feel me? And he's like, nah. I was like, but it was in the will. He's like,
Yeah,
it's in the will that I get the sword, so you don't get it. Like, this is me.
that is how wills work. Yeah.
Yeah, I should do it. It's like, how do you make an isekai on like going back to like an older time?
What do you mean?
It's what Inuyasha did. They went like back to like whatever 1,000 years ago in like Japan, not 1,000 years, like hundreds of years ago in Japan.
Mhm.
I'm like, wow, man, this is weird. All these mythical creatures and things hang out here, and they're still people. And then you go back up into your world, and it's 100 years in the future, and you're like, that's crazy. We don't have mystical creatures here anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see a dragon fly through the sky. No, you don't.
So, no, you actually don't.
And she's always like, I gotta do my schoolwork, guys. I gotta get back by like 8 o'clock. It's like, do it for like too long. Gotta sleep over tomorrow. Gotta pack my clothes.
Yeah.
Got a school trip. I can't come back here tomorrow. You gotta find out how to solve it yourself. That was Inuyasha, dude. A roller
Nice.
coaster.
I feel like I don't have to watch it anymore.
I mean, you don't have to.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's memey, I'd say. At least even the dub is still memey.
Mhm.
It's meme potential.
Isn't everything mean potential?
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though this priest, he's like the classic priest. He's like, I'm a priest. He's like, but I'm also a pervert. But I'm a priest though.
But also, I wanna remind you of the first thing.
Priest though. I'm a pervert, but like, don't let it stray. I'm a holy man.
But don't let us stray, I'm a holy man.
And then he has like a giant hole, like a black hole in his hand, and he's like, "Whoops, my bad."
Whoops.
Open the
Hit the wrong
seal
kinda
again.
hole.
Like, it's just sucking in everything. Like that tree, it's gone now, dude. Sucked into my hand.
Mhm.
It's crazy. He's like, now I gotta seal it back up. How do you seal it back up with bandages, dude? Start sucking the bandages through.
No, no.
The writing behind that, I'm pretty sure, was like there was a like Japanese like prayer written on it to like seals it. But
Mhm.
like we'll just get past that. It's funny to say the band just go through. I'm sorry, dude. Rent
It's
a
fine.
Girlfriend, Misfits of Demon King Academy, and then Deca-Dence.
Mhm.
I'm okay with all three. I don't have
If
any
you had to
strong verdict.
if you were to pick one that you, like, definitely wanted to do. Listen, man, I know it's tough. Me, like, going through the season again, I think you mentioned it, how this season, probably the weakest season of anime I've seen
Just,
since I started.
just for general, only because I'll say it's heavy on sequels.
Yeah, yeah, it is, yeah.
This is a sequel season. It's not a bad thing to say it. We can say it. It's a sequel season.
Yeah. Like, especially for doing what we're doing, it's very tough to to put in a sequel as one of the slots, you know what I mean?
Honestly, do I want to watch this? Let me see.
But there are a ton of sequels here, that I would like to watch at some point. Never finished Fire Force. Fire Force Season 2 is here. Never finished No Gun Life. Gun Life 2 is here. I think there's a few more. There's the My Teen Comedy or something like that, Season 3. Never watched 1 and 2, so I
Oh
gotta
yeah, the Snafu.
yeah, I gotta do that at some point. Um, I think there's more. I mean, there's more sequels, but not ones that I care about, you know? Like, there's a whole ReZero thing. Haven't seen it. There's a Sword Art thing, because every season has a Sword Art anime.
Apparently, it's
That's
like the
just how it
best
works.
one. Still haven't
Yeah.
climbed on it, honestly. I remember I was like had like 8 episodes in or something like that, and I just stopped after. Not because I hated it, but because I was like, I just don't feel like watching it right now.
I
And
do
then
at
I
some
never
point
even.
wanna watch that one Sword Art thing. Is it Sword Art or is that Fate? What happened?
Gun Gale.
Yeah, that one, yeah. 'Cause, like, I remember I think we watched the first episode of that. I was like,
Because
"Oh, this is
it's not
pretty cool."
a mainline story. It's like their own like exclusive
Yeah.
thing they do.
At some point, I'm gonna watch all those shows, the ones with, like, very confusing timelines. At some point, I'm gonna start all of those and, like, get up on them.
Like realistically, I can name like 2 of them. Again, it's gonna be Fate and it's gonna be like the Monogatari series.
Yeah.
Just off the bat, they're just so long and there's so much. Like I mean, where to start in Fate? I mean, you could start anywhere with Fate. I mean, you could start anywhere with any show.
I mean, at the end of the day, you could just not watch it, you know what I mean? That's also an option.
See, One Piece you just start watching now, dude. Watch on Wano. You have no idea what's happening.
I would rather kill myself
Top right
than
in the
do that.
latest season of One Piece.
I would rather do my best Haru impression than to just start with One Piece, you know what I'm saying?
Is this rope long enough?
This rope is actually too long, it won't work. I'm just gonna be standing there like an idiot.
Standing. It's too long, damn it. The rope's so long, so you make the knot like really high up, and the rope just dragging on the ground. It just drags, dude. It's just like it's just there.
What's that, Bear Grylls meme where it's like, "Adapt, overcome," or whatever?
Improvise, adapt, overcome.
Yeah. Improvise or adapt, yeah. Are you looking up information about one of them? Is that what you're doing right now? That's what it looks like you're doing.
I'm looking right. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
Deca-Dence is an OC, so like literally nothing's on it.
Sure, yeah.
To, like base it on. This is
Mhm.
the first time it's releasing. It could be a sleeper hit, honestly. I don't even know.
Could be, yeah.
It could also be sleeper trash. But
Yeah, that's also true. I feel like any of these 3 shows could be garbage.
yeah, definitely. I'm looking at them though, like that's what makes it exciting though. Which one if it is garbage, which is gonna be the spicy garbage that you just want to watch. And obviously that's gonna be like Rent a Girlfriend in my opinion is gonna be that spicy garbage. I was gonna just be like
Yeah, I agree, I agree.
the bench right here. Now the question is like, do I want to go with like the potential comedy isekai? Okay,
It is a
and
reverse isekai though.
it is reverse isekai. The potential comedy reverse isekai, right? Which I know is going to be like pretty tropic, but that's standard.
Mhm.
Okay, the Decadence is also going to be tropic in some ways.
Sure, yeah.
Decadence had the potential for the show just to be awfully boring,
That is also true. Yeah.
unless it's done correctly. So,
Mhm.
so smarter opinion right here. We go with the Demon King, but we go with Rent a Girlfriend, right?
Yeah, sure.
We go with those, right? If
Mhm.
Decadence doesn't become good, I'll just watch it independently, and I'll bring it up later.
Okay, so I love the idea of okay, so we might as well just do the Rent a Girlfriend one and the Demon one, right? Okay. If that if
The thing behind, because if any of them are hot garbage, we can discuss on so long time on how hot garbage the episode is.
I love the idea of us deciding to do these two, but there's the potential that these could be awful and Decadence could be the best show of the season. You know what I mean?
You are 100% correct. But let me hit you this way, okay? The
Yeah.
fact that Decadence could end up becoming the most boring show to watch as well
That's
is
also
so
true. Yeah.
like Decadence somehow simultaneously could be the most boring show, yet the most insane show on this entire. Because no
Yeah.
one knows anything about Decadence. Decadence can easily pop off and be like an insane anime of like the century,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
we would have no idea at this point in time. However, we can pick simple stuff like Rent a
Yeah, yeah.
Girlfriend, like, that could be funny, or it
Yeah.
could be hot trash, and watch like Demon King reincarnation. Like that could be funny, or it could be hot trash, because we already know. And Decadence, you already have a feeling it can't really be hot trash, can it? Can it?
I
If it is hot
mean,
trash, it's more gonna be boring trash. It's not gonna be
yeah.
spicy.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like that's why I agree with you that these 2 are the one we should go with because if these 2 are bad, if either of them or both of them are bad, I think it'll still be entertainingly bad, whereas Decadence will just be boring bad, and there'll be nothing to talk about.
That's my just opinion. If Decadence ends up becoming good, I may just watch it and talk about it in the episode anyway.
Sure, yeah, yeah.
Be like, yeah, I thought it was fine. It was fun,
Mhm.
God of High School. I mean, I'm not watching it. If you want, you can watch it. But it's a tournament.
I'm probably gonna end up watching it, but
It, it's got shonen vibes. The first season's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be so good.
Mhm.
If season 2 comes out, I'm saying it's highly just avoid it at all costs.
Okay.
Dodge,
I'll do that.
just don't even, because at that point you're gonna be like, I already told you, my man. Like, it hits a point in the series where they literally control the forces of physics with one character. It's like, how do you actually win against this guy?
You have you have whatever open you have right now, Ray. Do you have do you have the information on how many episodes these 2 shows are going to be? Because that could also be a determining factor.
Let's look at that too, just to see.
Because if either of them are 2 cores, we may not be able to do it. Unless you want to, I'd be down for it, but that would take up another slot for next
I'm
season.
on Rent a Girlfriend.
What is it?
Rent a Girlfriend is unknown, and then let me see this one real quick. Unknown on Demon King Academy as well.
Okay.
I
We
would
don't know
assume,
about either of them.
12 for those. Decadence
Yeah.
could easily be 24 or a 12. Let me see if this one's actually.
Which
And
is
then unknown for
crazy.
that.
Dude, I'm so ready. I'm so ready for Decadence to be the best, to be like the my hero of this season, to just come out and be like, everyone's watching this is the best show ever. You know what I mean? It's gonna be
Well,
great.
God of High School, but I mean, we're gonna skip it
Yeah, yeah.
because God of High School's got all the hype behind it. It's like finally another manhwa after Tower God has become successful in the eyes of many. To be fair, Tower God kind of hit you with that plot twist in episode 12, and then it's like, oh snap, boys! I didn't think we were going this way.
Yeah, that's true. Mm.
Episode 12 got you a heavy investment at that point. It's like, well, now I gotta see what happens.
Yeah,
After episode 12 and 13, you're like, now I gotta see season 2. You're already hooked in.
I
Like,
got
you
it.
trapped in for that now. You're like, if you watch episode 12, you're like, in 13, you're like, now I gotta watch season 2, episode 1. So they got themselves hooked. God of High School, there's no hook, dude. I'm sorry.
There's no hook.
There's no hook. It's just cool. It's cool fighting with powers. That's it. You want to watch like a fight show? That's high school, dude.
There's a raving review by Raymond. Hey, do you want to watch a fight show?
Watch a fight show. Just watch that. Honestly, if Kengan Ashura gets a season 2, I'd say watch Kengan Ashura instead. Because Kengan
Okay.
Ashura is like a tournament show as well.
Mm.
Tournament quotation. It's one tournament. I feel like God of High School is like there's like multi. I know there's multiple tournaments in God of High School. I don't know how long the first tournament is,
Mhm.
but like King and Ashra is one tournament, and it's the entire tournament. That's your show.
Okay.
So when they're there, and then like no one has superpowers or anything. They're just like different styles of fighting, except for maybe the one guy who dislocates his limbs.
Sure. Yeah.
That's really weird.
A great technique.
Dislocates his arm and he whips it at you.
It's like a whip.
He whips it at you, and he pulls it back, and he locates it again. He's like, "Okay, we're good."
Do you remember that Key and Peele bit about them
The Marvel?
describing weapon?
What?
About them describing I think it was Key's the way Key high fives. Do you remember that?
No.
Where like Jordan Peele was always afraid to high five Key because he takes high fives way too seriously. Where like he has a plant foot. You know what I mean?
Having a plan, but he's like saying that first of all. Like, I got a plan for my high five.
Where he like
What?
he like plants his foot and like sets his stance. And then yeah, uh the thing that made me think of that was he like loosens his high five arm. So so it's like a whip. So just imagine someone, when you go in for a high five for someone, they like plant their feet and their arm just goes limp.
It's okay, actually.
And then the best part of that is like he ends off describing his high five by saying he has a follow through.
Plant your foot, limp your hand.
Whip. Then you follow through. Yeah. Literally the most destructive high five you could ever give somebody. It just breaks their hand. But yeah. Key and Peele's great. It's good. Um,
That's that guy in Kenganasha, dude. That he dislocates his shoulder for the high fives.
mhm. Very unnecessary, but it's pretty effective.
Only ever do for high fives, by the way.
Mm.
Don't dislocate your shoulder for any other reasons.
Any other reasons? So anyway, the last thing we have on here is Pluto.
How was Pluto?
I am almost done with it.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm like 50 some like 50 chapters in
Okay.
out of like 70, I think. So where I just ended to give you a reference point to where I am, even though like I'm almost done with it.
Mhm.
Um, the main character, I don't know how you say his name. It's like Geist or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
Geister?
well,
Yeah.
yeah, Geist. He just died.
Okay.
He's gone. He just got shot by like his fake son with one of those cannons. Didn't even see it coming.
Mhm.
Even though it was right in front of him, didn't see it coming. So that's where I am. Uh, I think it's pretty good. It's real good. Pluto's up there for me as one of my favorite manga so far.
It's like this guy. So Urasawa Naoki, his art style, as you notice, is semi-realistic. He doesn't
It
like do
is.
standard anime portrayal.
Mm,
Like I say standard anime, I mean like sharp chin, those eyes, dude. He tries to get like facial features in there to make it somewhat more like a cartoon.
it's like more like Western comic books
Hmm.
than manga. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's his style, and it's
Yeah.
pretty good. This guy again, he has art in the Louvre. I think I mentioned last episode.
Yeah, yeah, you did.
So like world renowned. He's known for his art. Crazy good.
Yeah, so
Check
that
him out
like
on YouTube.
it's good, man. They're really good at making you care about characters and then killing them.
Mhm.
So like Adam died. I hated that. I didn't expect him to die there. 'Cause he couldn't beat Pluto. You know what I mean? Um,
And then when we realize Adam is just Astro Boy,
yeah, yeah.
That's when you realize that all again, this is all Astro Boy story.
Mhm.
It's like they actually killed Astro Boy, dude.
The Mad Lads did it.
Imagine like reading Astro Boy and an Astro Boy dies, and you're like,
Oh,
what? It's
yeah.
like, are you kidding me?
Uh, them, like, going after or Pluto going after all the most powerful robots is cool, and, like, him just one-shotting all of them pretty much,
Oh yeah, definitely. But
you know?
I'm pretty sure Hercules won them, and Hercules
Yeah,
put
yeah,
on a really good fight.
yeah. Uh, the the last one we have is Epsilon,
Hmm,
right now, you know?
okay.
Um, and yeah, it's not looking good for him, gonna be honest. It's raining, there's no sunshine, he has no power. He's like Superman. No sun, no power, basically.
Hmm.
And so it's not looking good for him, you know? I would be shocked if he doesn't get killed in the next, like, 5 chapters. Um, his fake children had a really nice birthday party for him. Thought that was cool.
Because like he adopts children, right? From
Yeah,
America.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So he has like these children, he takes care of them, and they
Mhm.
all know he's a robot. They know he's Epsilon, the robot.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they're grateful. They're like this, even though he's not human, he takes care of us. Like we were people, and we
Mm.
treat him like a person as well. This is something they kind of bring up in like the manga, where it's like kind of weird, where like human and like robot relationships are like blended in a weird way with the androids.
Yeah,
Like early on, you don't know Geist is a robot either,
yeah.
and like you think he's a human because like
Mhm,
you think he's a detective, and later on you learn that he's like one of the best detective robots of all time.
mhm.
But, like the way it's portrayed, like like, you see Geist as like a person, you know, and then when they flip it on you as an android, you're like, oh well, it just shows that there's no difference between androids or humans. I guess this point.
Yeah, I mean, because 'cause they're so advanced that you can't tell the difference. I mean with robots like Pluto not Pluto, Adam, he, like, constantly runs into people that are, like think he's a human. You know, he's like, "No, I'm actually, like, I have a lot of robot," you know what I mean? Same thing with, his sister. I don't remember his sister's name. It's like Uran,
Yeah.
something like that. Same way, you know, it's just a little girl. Like, "No, I'm a robot,"
Mhm.
actually. Um, her whole little arc I thought was cool with her being able to, like, feel the sadness
Yeah.
and then him or her, going to that, like, homeless guy, I guess, and, like, him painting the flowers, and that's connection to Pluto, and then that's the first time we see that, you know, presumably Pluto is controlling robots, uh, like, wirelessly, I guess,
Yeah.
for I don't know the word you would use, but yeah, he's like, "I control these robots." You're like, "Man, Pluto is very powerful. He's got a lot of stuff going. He can create tornadoes. That's crazy."
Yeah.
Um, but then we, like, just finally found out who Pluto is. He's, like, Sahad from somewhere, I forget where it was, in, like, Amsterdam, I think, and, got this whole tulip thing going on. We found out that, Abra, I think that's his name. He's,
Mhm.
like, the dude that's behind all this, behind Pluto.
Don't remember the name, but yeah, we'll keep going.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like Doctor Abra or something. I don't do we know his motivation for that? Like, why he's done all
I
this?
don't remember honestly. It's been a while. I'll do a reread just so I can
Cause
catch up.
like
It's pretty
'cause, like,
silly.
I know that he wants, like, Persia to rebuild. He's, like, real big on that, right?
Mhm.
Um, like, I don't understand how oh, and so another crazy thing that I don't think has been explained yet is the, like, teddy bear thing. I don't know what's going on with that. You know, he's, like, super powerful, super smart. He's, like he's, like, pulling all the strings. He's like, "Oh, man, this thing just happened, and this is almost over," and, he's, like, talking
Mhm.
to Geist of,
Like
like
the mangled robot,
what?
the mangled robot, or the teddy bear.
No, I mean, both, I guess, do that.
Mhm.
Uh, well yeah, I guess the bear doesn't talk to Geist, but he talks about him, right? And, yeah, we have the mangled one, which, do you know where he came from? Like, why is he there?
You explain that. It's something that's explained.
Yeah. He was, like, from yeah. I I just don't remember, but,
Fair.
yeah,
It's
like
been a couple like years since I read Pluto.
yeah.
I'll go back for a refresher.
He like, knows a lot, though, for just
Like
sitting in there.
yeah,
He must be, like, connected and all that.
people go to him for information, which is pretty weird. Considering that he's been there for years. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Just like sitting there mangled,
I
being
think that I think because of that, the inverse also happens, is that he also gains information from the
oh
people
yeah,
going there.
like people talk to him and then it's in a weird way you can compare it a little bit to uh, a little bit of Silence of the Lambs, where they
Okay.
were going to Hannibal to get the information in that film, and Hannibal knows nothing of obviously. They go to Hannibal to get information on a serial killer, right?
Mhm.
Like, okay, I kind of know what's he has an idea what the serial killer is doing, but he wants insight on everything else that's happening around him. He wants insight on the people's lives who are talking to him. So he, while they're getting information on the serial killer, he's probing them and trying to figure out what they're up to,
Mhm.
which is a really weird way of doing it.
Um, I mean, yeah, he even trades memory chips with Geist, so I'm sure that gave him a whole lot of information, you know? Um, yeah, man, I don't know, I'm just gonna have with Pluto. I feel like he's gonna kill Epsilon very easily, and I don't know what happens after that. It's just like he wins, I guess, you know? Pluto, um, didn't wanna do that in the very beginning, but then Dr. Aber was like, "Hey, we gotta put you inside this new body, you know? We're gonna make you crazy," right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, now we just have this just demon that's going around killing everything. I don't know how that's gonna make anything better, you know?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Right now, thoughts on Pluto? Good or bad? All overall, what do you like?
Yeah, yeah, it's good. It's definitely good. I'm so close to finishing it. I just don't know how it's gonna end. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Overall ranking right now, comparing this to recent manga you've read.
Oh yeah, I mean it's definitely up there. I think I liked Act Age more.
Act Age
Um,
really gets a lot. I mean, it's kind of it hurts me to say that Act Age is like top tier for modern manga.
yeah, yeah. I feel like Pluto might be second for me. I'm trying to think of another manga that I like more.
Like I know you did Fire Punch, you did JoJo's before
Oh,
they.
see, Fire Punch was great until like the end. I was like, I didn't like
The
that end.
it's just a weird ending, but it's weird on
Yeah.
purpose. You know,
Mm,
every time it's like one of those Devil May Cry baby endings. It's weird on purpose. You feel the ending and you're like, well, that happened because they it happens. I guess it just
I feel
happens.
like for me it's probably on par with Fire Punch. That's probably where I put it. But I also haven't finished it, so I don't know. It could be better, it could be worse. You know what I mean?
It's probably good. So
Yeah.
the ending, I'm not sure if you'd like it or not, but we'll see. Pluto is pretty good. In
Mhm.
short, just to give you a taste of what this author has, uh, he's very skilled and talented, and
Yeah.
it helps that this is just a rendition, a retelling of a different side of Astro Boy.
Yeah, yeah, sounds like, I never read or watched Astro Boy, but it feels like Pluto is a much darker a much darker take on the story.
It's kind of sad when you say that. Probably like when you think about it, that most of the plot points happen in Astro Boy, but just not as like detailed. I'll say
Okay, yeah.
like the major plot points are still there. Like Geish is still investigating stuff, but Geish isn't your main character. Obviously, it's Astro Boy. You're following him
Mhm.
for the most part, which is really weird to think about.
Yeah. Yeah,
Let me see what other manga I got for you potentially.
okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, 'cause, yeah, I'll definitely finish,
Mm-hmm.
Pluto in probably the next couple days very easily.
Depression.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Or like no? I'm like actually asking if you're okay having a bad time.
Nah, I mean
Like no,
I
this is not
mean
a joke, Tyler. This is like serious.
we watched, like
Like a mental crisis. Like no joke. Like being honest. Like what you're gonna say? Like watching like
no,
or
no, no, see, now you got very serious, and now I don't know.
this is serious. It's no joke. Like I read Good Night Fun Fun, and let me tell you, not recently by the way. This is like 4 years ago or something like that. I read this,
Mhm.
and I think for like 1 week straight, I was just thinking about this manga.
Okay.
Like I felt that like it wasn't depression, but like I had empathy and sympathy for what happened in this story.
It's like an existential crisis.
I had my own crisis for like a week after reading.
Yeah. How
Kind
long
of
is it?
broke me just a bit. It's short comparatively to most manga. Let me
Mhm.
see how long it actually is. 147.
Okay. It's like double this. Not bad.
Uh, if you're okay with having those feelings, maybe. But let me see for something else that
Okay.
you actually grab in that time. So I don't want to give you any sadness.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
not a sad story now, but I mean, I'm sorry. It's not.
Mm.
It's not like super super sad. It's like, oh, it happened, dude. No, it's kind of ruined day one. Pun Pun is like, oh, this is just sad. It,
It's
it
just sad.
it's just like it's so emotionally, I guess,
Yeah.
attached to what's happening. It's really weird for me to put it. Where Pun Pun is an emotionally attached story where everything you understand why it's happening and you have emotional reasons behind it. Pluto, you're watching it as like a superhero story, except the villain is winning.
Yeah. Definitely winning. I forgot that I made a list. That's why I was asking you about Primal. I made a thing. Uh, where did I do that?
I don't think you're ready for it, dude.
I mean, the way you're talking about it, I don't think anyone's ready.
I don't know the manga choice I'm coming up with. I'm going through the list of manga.
Yeah, that's that, I guess. I don't know. Oh God, what did I do?
I think Promise Neverland ended recently. I gotta finish that. And I heard that
Hmm.
ending was dumpster fire. I mean dumpster fire in comparison to the entire series.
Sure.
It's not
Yeah.
complete trash, but like, gosh, that ending was not what people wanted.
Yeah.
Like,
Again, man, ending something is one of the hardest things to do.
I feel like Act Age will have a really good ending. And it's
I sure hope so.
if Act Age has a terrible ending, dude, I don't know how I'd feel about modern manga anymore.
It's gonna go from a 10 to a 6.
It may end up doing that, dude. It hurts.
Same thing as Girl Left Through Time.
The thing is, that's on like a first watch, dude. That thing is like it masks everything with like the ignorance of what's happening.
Yeah.
Because you're watching it for the first time, you like avoid the details as you're going along.
Hmm.
And then when you actually watch the second time, your mind is already gluing to those details that you missed. And you're like, now it makes no sense of what's happening. Hinamatsuri's ending, I think, a couple weeks
Monster?
after 100. Hinamatsuri.
Oh, Hinamatsuri.
We're in a couple weeks, we're in chapter 100, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember you saying that. Does Parasite go beyond the anime?
No.
Ah, that
I
sucks.
would love for you to read Parasite, but Parasite, honestly, the anime is better. So,
Okay.
at least visually speaking, the manga has like a weird art style. Not weird, but like, I'll say the manga art style, it changes the look of the character, the main character,
Hmm.
over time. So you're supposed to feel that he becomes more detached than an alien, is what I'll say.
Uh,
Because like he has like obviously the alien in his hand, so he becomes more alien as this. At least his face, it's not as it used to look originally.
mm,
It looks like he's staring into like the space most of the time, and becomes more blank emotionally.
that's cool.
That's a small detail, but like in the anime, obviously it's his face, same face he uses all the time.
Yeah.
Nothing changed like that. But it's a nice nod in the manga where it's like, okay, this guy's becoming, he's thinking more like Migi, which is like something he is gaining off of him a little bit of his like analysis, and he's thinking less like a human and more like how an alien would think of the world, which is really weird to think of it, because you know who's the real
Yeah.
parasite in that case? I mean,
Yeah, that's the question.
because like it got to a point eventually where I know you were like watching it where he thinks in like a weird way when he's like looking at the girl he likes, where he's like he doesn't think of her as like a girl anymore. He thinks of her as a human, which is like
Yeah.
a species. It was a weird point in the anime at least, or like the manga as well, where he diverges on that. And he's like, wait, he snaps out of it. And he's like, I like her though.
Yeah.
He goes, but like he for a moment though he lost it, you know. And he was like, it's like that's how humans think. He's like, no, no, no. He's like, I'm human.
Yeah,
He's like,
I am human.
he snaps back into it, but I mean, he has to catch himself though every now and then.
Mhm.
He realizes it. Going through here, A lot of manga, dude. Mangas are big. Kimetsu no Yaiba ended.
Oh, yeah, I did, yeah. I feel like you just read a lot of manga, right?
You know, I do read a lot of manga. I haven't caught up in Kimetsu no. I finished Demon Slayer, or where the anime ended,
Mm.
ironically. So people were saying I should just watch the anime, and I'm like, you're right, I should just watch the anime because it was made by whatever the studio was. Unlimited budget
Oh,
work.
it's, was it Feel? I don't remember.
I know the studio that did it. I just forget their name right now.
Yeah,
But they're the one who does like all the stuff for Fate. They have
okay.
like $1 billion or whatever. Whenever they do like the Fate movies, or like they
Sure, yeah.
pump the money in, and they're like, "Oh man, we're
They
so
pump
good at
the money.
animation." The Fate animation is kind of over the top with their movies. They put too much money into it. Not that it's a bad thing, but to say that's the truth of the matter.
As long as if they make it back, then that's all you can do, you know? Oh,
Uh,
it's, Ufotable. That's what
yep,
it is.
yep.
Yeah.
If you look at their works, like they're crazy with their budget, at least for most things.
Yeah,
Their
I
animation
mean,
is ridiculous.
yeah, they have done a lot of Fate stuff.
Like I know all the Heaven's Feel movies are there. I know the Unlimited Blade Works is there. I think Fate Zero is also on there.
Mm,
I can name all those for Fate. I want you to do something that's already over. That's the problem, you know, finding things that are done
sure,
and
yeah.
things that are going. Because if I show you something that's ongoing, it's like, well, now I've caught up, and then it's going to be awful, dude.
Mhm.
Finding an ending, now you're like, now that's something we can be discussing in whole and complete. You know, it's good.
Sure, yeah. Whatever you got, I'm sure it'll be good.
I don't think I've handed you a single manga that's actual bad, right?
Fire Punch, yeah, that was bad the whole time.
Sorry, man.
Hated it the entire time, yeah.
It hurts, dude. It hurts to be the winner, being all alone.
I want
Winning
that on a
all
shirt.
the time.
It
Hate being a
hurts.
winner. Winners are all alone. As a
There can
loser,
only
we
be
can
one winner. One winner and the rest are losers.
just toss you a short one, dude.
Sure,
You're
yeah.
gonna appreciate it. Is there any more here? Is one actually updated or no? Hate that a bit. This one, do we have anything here? There's some licensed manga, and I gotta buy some now because I know there's licenses.
Mhm.
But there's some goods that are licensed. One of them that's good and licensed is there's a good one for Lovecraft, The Color Out of Space, but it's short though. It's like ridiculously short. You can be like, Raymond, this is 6 chapters. You're so good. You're gonna be like, thank you, Raymond. 6 chapter manga. You've done your job today. Oh,
Today. Yeah,
yeah,
that's very short.
good stuff. But I mean, which one of these have actually ended is the question I can give myself.
All of them.
Is there a filter for like completed?
I don't think so.
There is on my app. There's what's
Oh, nice. Oh,
let's
yeah, there is, yeah. Completed.
we'll just go through for ones I've actually read. Because unlike a lot of people, I had manga like crazy. And then
I mean, yeah, my manga library is like 2% read, 98% not read.
you know, I think I gotta give you one of them, dude. I know what I gotta do. I think I gotta give you one of them.
Mhm. Ray's looking through his extensive manga list. It's a list of every manga in existence,
For the
and
most part, yeah.
he's read half of them. That comes to around 67 million manga. If you divide that by how many pages it is, he has spent more time reading manga than he's spent living.
Yes, would say so.
He is, you know, like Kun with his reality shattering bag. His the time he spent reading manga is also reality shattering.
There's a nice one. It's very short. You're gonna appreciate it.
Hmm.
This croc will die in 100 days.
Okay.
It's 100 chapters long.
Oh sure, yeah.
As you can assume, a chapter was released every day for 100 days.
Isn't that like a new fad in manga?
There's a new fad in manga. This blank will happen in blank days.
Yeah. It's usually 100.
200, yeah.
Eh,
This croc will die in 100 days is pretty good. I'm not sure if you read it or not, but
no.
it is pretty good. I was gonna say there's some Onio works in here. Onio is this guy who writes these rom-coms that apparently always get canned, but they're so good.
Mm.
And you wonder why they get canned in the first place. If the Japanese audience doesn't appreciate them as much as the Western audience does. So for the Onio works, I think there was one that I liked specifically. Yuki Tusumi. It's 11 chapters. I'm just gonna give you a bunch of short stuff. Heck, this is the Raymond has short manga week.
Okay.
So Croc dies in 100 days. Yuki Tasumi, that Onio work. I'll send that one later.
Hmm.
And then you can also read the 6th chapter H.P. Lovecraft Color Out of Space.
Okay.
That is super short. And I say 100 chapters. They're like, at most, maybe like 5 pages a chapter.
Okay.
It's like ridiculously small. Maybe one. Like usually chapters I think are like 1 to 2 pages. It's very
Mm.
easy. You hit the next button, and you're basically done for the most part.
It's like a 4 coma.
For the most part, yeah. There's some good for coma. I've sent you a couple.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a lot of good ones.
Like even Sarai Zero was like a 4 coma.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
That turned into like a very popular anime that got a second season, whatever. Like I mean, Big Brain, whatever.
Yeah.
Anything else I got here that's decent enough for me not to hate myself? Yeah, we're not in prison school, dude. Prison school's like 277 chapters. I was gonna say something about that. That's long. That's lengthy.
I'll read it at some point. I don't
It
know
would be
when.
fun to be like, hey, you want to read prison school?
Have you read it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hold it.
okay.
Again, he keeps pushing it at least like once he gets like it's like chapter like 220 or something, he kept trying to push the cancellation of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, how far can I go before I end this completely? I think that's it, dude.
Kind of off of that, you you mentioned it before as like a joke, and if we did it, it would obviously be uh
Oh yeah,
because
that's a
it's dumb.
yeah.
But we should also at some point watch that reviewers show that got canceled like 6 times.
It definitely got off the air because it 100% must have
Mm.
gone too far.
Yeah, yeah.
But at that point, why were you even airing it in the first place? Like, did they not know like the concept of the show? And
Yeah, I
the
know.
very concept of the show is that they go to interspecies brothels.
Yeah.
And at that point, you have to consider. Well, they're like, okay, we've done stuff before, you know. They're like, it can't be that bad. That's
It
what
can't
they're
be
saying.
that bad.
I'm pretty sure that's what they were thinking, right? They're like,
Yeah,
how
had to
bad
be.
can it really get?
Mm.
They didn't realize how bad it could really get, obviously. Because once it hit that point, they're like, okay, it's off the air now, dude.
Yeah, it was on, and then it was off, and then, like, I think Funimation picked it up, and then they were like, "Nah, never
Like,
mind."
like,
Yeah. They released 1 episode and was like, "Ah, never actually, no, we shouldn't
they
do that."
realized very quickly That was a mistake.
Yeah. So we have most of next week planned already. We got the manga, right?
The
We
manga.
have we have the two anime. I don't know when those air though. I don't know if they'll air this week and then we'll be able to do them for next week. Cause like, cause sometimes some stuff airs kind of late. Oh yeah, well you have that like that site that you go on
Yeah,
that knows when everything airs.
I believe. Finishing. We can actually cut One Piece Raymond cut entirely from here because now that's.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll do One Piece again at some point, but I want to put in some other stuff
I will say
in the
those 8
middle.
episodes. Thoughts, just recapping all of One Piece real quick.
Oh, everything's I mean, I liked it. Like, like I said, it gives me that kind of long shonen vibe that I like.
That little
Um,
itch. It's something you haven't felt in a while.
yeah, yeah. And the characters are good. Even the like villains are really cool and it kind of reminds me of JoJo's how they do have like interesting powers. Um and yeah, I mean, yeah, we're just getting started, but it's cool so far. It's kind of building up to a point, I think. But yeah, it's good so far. I like it. We also have Space Force, which is just always there until you finish it.
Yeah.
you know.
No, that pro.
Um, yeah.
Yeah. Because I will be talking. I'll do 2 episodes next week or more. Just
Oh
because
man.
I skipped one this week, so you're
Okay.
getting
Yeah,
2 episodes of Space Force next week. Congratulations. I'm sorry if you guys think that's the best part of the podcast. Clearly, it's the articles.
yeah. Um,
Sorry to break your bubble. The second best part of your episode was canceled. And then your third best part is going to be gone because everyone obviously wants to know what's going to happen to Haru and Rue and their depression.
yeah.
So we'll find something new to make fun of in the next coming.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
It's not hard to be, you know, slightly funny.
It's not hard to be kind of funny. To be like sometimes funny, you know?
And kind of funny, they're kind of funny. Let's not lie.
Yeah. They're kind of yeah. So anyway, I don't know if you had any ideas for you know, we can probably fit. I mean, we can definitely fit some more stuff in there. Um.
Oh yeah, let me add Primal on here because I'm gonna forget about
Oh
that.
yeah, Primal. Yeah, we have that in there too.
In case you didn't know, Primal was a show that came out a while ago.
Mm.
An animated show. Episodes I think are kind of short, honestly. Not anything too long.
I also think there's only like 6 episodes.
Yeah, it's pretty short.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, we're definitely gonna do that. Are you adding to the list right now?
yeah,
Okay, because I wasn't on it.
it looks like I'm like again. You're gonna see it. I think I'm doing a decent job of editing on mobile.
yeah. I'll probably also um fit in as much of those other manga you send me in there as well, if they are that short. Because
They're
yeah, I'm gonna finish Pluto probably like within the next day or two. You know what
it's
I mean?
Yuki. It's the Onio one.
Okay.
It's all with like a bunch of spaces. Onio manga. You can look him up. He's the author. So
Okay.
Onio. That's fun. He's the
Mhm.
author. You can look him up on like Manga Dex or whatever.
Yeah.
I think he's pretty. I think his works are pretty good, honestly. And I always feel sad because like there's like 10 to 12 chapters of his manga that get released, and it's always canned. And
Oh.
I'm like, this could have been a good rom com, dude. I'm like, why is it always canned? Like it gets me interested. I'm like feeling it. I'm like, that's nice, dude. It's nice. Sumi to Yuki, I think is a good one, or Suki to Yumi.
Mm.
I don't remember exactly. I'm not gonna go and find it again. Gosh, man, Onio, what is it? Yuki to Sumi. We were so close. Sumi. There you go. Authors Onio, and then the other one I'm gonna have is the really short H.P. Lovecraft one, Color Out of Space. Uh, Color Out of Space. There you go. No, this one's based on a novella by H.P. Lovecraft. The
Mhm.
guy did the manga art for the story.
You
The novella was like how like 1930s or 1940s or whatever. It's kind of old. 1920s, 1930s. But
sure, yeah.
the art style's good. 6 chapters, very digestible. Pluto, you're done with those 3. Easy fit. They fit in so easy.
Okay.
Then I guess Croc dies in 100 days. 100 days. I'm not gonna reread the Croc dying in 100 days. I'll
Okay.
reread you assuming in H.P. Lovecraft. Croc dying in 100 days. I'm hit you with this one. It's an experience you have to go through.
Okay.
Those
It
100 days.
sounds like one.
You know he's dead in 100 days. That's the sad thing.
Yeah.
Like, this man is a croc, dude. You know he dies in 100 days. Gosh, man.
And then
They did him dirty, dude. They can't go into how they do that to him. My croc. They make you love him, and you know he's gonna die.
yeah. And that's how it works, right?
Just like Geist. It's
Yeah. Same. Just got destroyed.
like you get to see me. They make you love this manga. Like, these characters are cute. They have a nice relationship that could be good for this rom-com type of thing. And they're
Mhm.
like, guess what, though? It's never happening. And I think the
Yeah.
worst thing is they go in to look at his works, is that his works are all interconnected.
Mhm.
They all apparently take place in the same school or whatever. So like as you're going through, you just see the other characters, and you're like, this is awful. This guy has like this nice metaverse of things happening, and it's just never. Every time it's just getting canned. They're like, stop. You're like, what are you? You're like, you're not funny. You're not good.
You're
You're
not funny.
you can't draw. I don't know what they tell him, because like I'm like, it's so the art's good, the comedy's there, the characters are well drawn. There's a good relationship in characters. This is decent rom com status. It's not that hard.
Mhm.
He has all the basics covered.
He has
After 10
everything, yeah.
chapters, can it? And I'm like, it's not gonna be a dumpster fire. It's actually good. It's better than
Mhm.
some stuff I've seen. Obviously, I've read a lot of trash isekai, like a lot of trash isekai,
Sure, yeah.
so much trash isekai.
There are a lot of trash isekais, so that makes sense.
Like, there's a trash isekai, and like I don't know what's with trash isekai, but like one of the characters always has to get raped in a trash isekai.
Sure, yeah.
Like Goblin Slayer is not an isekai, but Goblin Slayer had its moment like episode 1.
It
And
did, yeah.
goblins are terrifying.
And then it wasn't really like that ever again.
After again, yeah. Only
It was
episode 1, by the way, of Goblin
yeah.
Slayer. In every
The
trash isekai, though, it's always like, oh, that's it, dude. Now you got to get raped, and it's like, what? No,
I
it's
like
just
how monotone that was, where it's like, it's time."
it's like it's either that main character doing it, or it's like, some ugly guy, and like it's the main character's girl, and it's like, are you kidding me?
Sure, yeah.
This is usually when I see the rape scene in those, I'm like, I see I go back, I hit the back button on my manga app, hit the remove from favorites button. We never see this ever again.
Remove from favorites.
Remove from favorites, but like this is gone. And if someone ever on like any thread is like, you should read this manga, and I'm like, why do I have so much chapters read in this? And it says this is page read like 3 of something, and I go and click on it, and I see, oh no, what are you doing? And then I'm like, okay, we back out again. Like this guy, I don't know what this guy's typing. This guy's an idiot.
This guy's an idiot.
Rape. I'm just saying, it's always there. Like even
Just like
sword,
a
even sword art, dude. Oh my gosh, do I have to bring up sword art with rape? It's like season 1, dude. It's like, I'm Asuna. I got kidnapped by some guy. He was my fiance. Now he's gonna hold me hostage in his house, and then he's gonna say he's gonna rape me, and Kirito doesn't save me. That was season 1.
mhm.
Part 2 of season 1. Not even like part 1, dude. Part 2 of season 1. That's messed up, my guy. It's not even season 2, dude. That was the finale of season 1. My man had to save her from it. It's the classic trash isekai trope. Now I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, it's always there.
Trash isekai trope, rape. Doesn't matter. It's just rape. Doesn't matter to who, which, or what. The trash
Mhm.
isekai trope of rape is always there.
It's always present.
Yo, you ever just realize that Yu-Gi-Oh was a reverse isekai? Anyway,
So, Ray, to like just completely get off of that,
get off of what?
I'm not gonna say it. Um,
You mean the? I'm good. I'm good. That's it.
um, we always do an anime movie.
Yeah,
Um,
we have a list here.
yeah. So my suggestion for this week, um, is the No Game movie. No Game, No Life. 'Cause I've never seen it. You watched the show, right?
Yeah, what show?
Okay, I'm just making sure. I'm pretty sure you did, but
All 3 seasons.
you can't do things like that because then people are like, what you do?
Like, where's season 2 and season 3?
Some No Game, No Life person just like dropped their their cup in shock. I'm like, wait, hold on.
Kakigurui, but like you'll never know.
Hmm. So yeah, I figured we would do that.
No one wants to explain it, but Kakigurui is she's the child of the two main characters because they have an incestuous relationship,
They do, yeah.
and that's why she has mental brain damage.
Hmm.
Kakigurui season 1 and season 2, where she's a continuation of No Game No Life, but you wouldn't know that because you didn't read the light novels.
Sure. Did you read the light novels?
No,
Ray reads a lot of manga, but I would never in a million years believe that you read a light novel.
I was this close to reading light novels. This close. I got like light novels apps and everything, and I just like didn't follow through with it. No light novel got me that interested.
Was there ever a light novel that you were like, maybe? Because for me, if I was to say one, it was the what was it called? Um, something demon. What was it? Oh shoot! Now I gotta. What was the reverse isekai where the
Oh
demon lord?
yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, of course, yeah. No, that would be 100% the light novel I'd read.
And the reason for it is because anime hasn't gone on, and the manga is like past the anime, but like just barely.
It stopped. There's no.
Yeah, it just stopped.
It's either that it's licensed and that they haven't uploaded any more chapters because it's licensed, or that the manga has discontinued and they're like, just read the light novels, you idiots.
Yeah. And there's like 12 light novels. Like there's a lot.
And they're pretty extensive. And from the where the manga was, at least, it was going pretty good, honestly.
Mhm.
I wouldn't mind going light novels into that. Because if I remember the manga ended like on the beach arc,
I didn't read the manga. I don't know.
okay, well, it's fine. You don't even know what the beach arc is, dude.
Nah, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, because that was actually one of the first anime I ever watched, and I was like, this is great. This is awesome.
Read the manga for that, honestly, just to
Yeah.
lead up to the beach arc. The shark.
Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. Damn it. What happened there was how do I get the one? So what happened there was
They
I thought
can't.
that I thought that your cursor was my cursor, and I kept pressing enter, and I was like, why isn't the cursor moving?
Try undoing a bunch of times.
Alright.
If that does anything.
Yeah, it was very confusing. So yeah, Ray. Do you have anything else? Anything exciting going on in your life? You know, with like COVID-19 being a thing, you know what I mean?
Recently, I got nominated to be the Chancellor of Europe
Mm.
from
Did
my
you
old brand.
accept?
No,
Oh, okay, okay. No, it was
I
sounds
didn't
like a
want
lot of
to
responsibility.
move, and if I moved, I had to get tested. So I had to be boarding the plane, and I did not want that.
Mhm.
Then they're like, after you land, then you have to go in like self quarantine, and I'm like, that's too much work, dude. Better just not do that at all.
Yeah.
And once you get self quarantine, the Queen has to meet you, and I'm like, what do you have to deal with this? It's very different. Bless you.
That was a surprise.
You know what's really interesting, dude? Baby
Mm.
Driver, dude.
Have you seen it?
No, man.
Oh,
But
you have to
I mean,
watch it. It's good.
you should saw it. No, when
Yeah, 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 I've seen it.
okay, I'll watch it. It's on my list of movies to watch. I'm not gonna lie. Baby Driver, dude. 2017 action film, written and directed by Edgar Wright.
Are you doing
So
your Wikipedia segment right now?
what? No. Yes. Baby Driver is definitely not the recommended article on today's Wikipedia page. Don't go Wikipedia. Don't. Baby Driver is the recommended
Okay.
article for today. It's won 3. It's been candidate for 3 Academy Awards, 2 BAFTAs, 2 Critics' Choice Awards, and a Golden Globe. Won several honors, chiefly for technical achievement. And they may be producing a sequel.
Can
Think
you can you hit me with the actors?
Ansel Elgort as
Okay. Sure. Yeah, I don't care who that is.
Kevin Spacey
Ah, hell yeah.
as Duke.
Yep. Duke.
It's actually Doc, but
Oh, okay.
Duke. Lila James as Deborah.
Mm-hmm.
We got John Hamm as Buddy.
Yeah, we do.
Jamie Foxx as Bats.
Mm-hmm.
Elza Gonzalez as Darling. John Bernthal as Griff.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was in that.
And C.J. Joseph. C.J. Jones as Joseph.
Okay.
Then you got Flea as Eddie. Lenny
Mm-hmm.
June as JD. Sky Ferreira as Baby's biological mother. Lance
Mm-hmm.
Palmer as Baby's biological father. Big Boy. Killer Mike as restaurant patrons.
Oh,
Paul
dude, Killer Mike is in that.
as the butcher. And John Spencer as a prison guard.
Isn't Jeffrey Dean Morgan in that? Is
Hang
Jeffrey
on,
Dean Morgan not in Baby Driver?
let
I
me
think
see
of a
if he is.
different movie.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan?
Yeah, is he not in Baby Driver? Did I get him mixed up with John? No, because he doesn't look like John Bernthal. Did I get those mixed up?
He was supposed to play Buddy.
Did I watch like a beta version of Baby Driver where he played, where he was a character in that?
He was suggested. I don't think he was actually cast in it though. So
I have to
you,
watch that movie again.
you watched the fan cut where they put him in.
Yeah,
They replaced John Bernthal with Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
you bring up Baby Driver is actually funny because I was I don't know if you noticed, but I updated the list, right? Uh, the bottom section of the list,
Oh, you
and
had bottom of the list earlier.
yeah.
Nice.
Wait, you added Baby Driver? Oh my god, I didn't even see that.
Wait,
I just looked and you put Baby Driver on the list. I didn't. But no, it was actually funny because like the like bottom section, right, is
mhm,
like all the future stuff, you know, and I like categorized it. You know what I mean?
mhm.
And under the like the live action movies, I was gonna put Baby Driver, and I was gonna ask you if you've seen it, because Baby Driver, good movie. You know, I was kind of going through like best movies of this decade, and I had like 200 of them or something like that. I mean, Baby Driver, good movie. You know what I'm saying?
Also, looking at the list of movies, things I've already seen. I'm pretty sure I saw Grand Budapest Hotel. I've seen
I've never seen that.
Parasite, Snowpiercer, obviously TMNT,
Never
and
seen Parasite.
Roger Rabbit.
You have or you haven't?
I have seen those.
Okay.
I have not seen American Hustle, Arrival, Tropic Thunder, even though I should watch it.
Dude, we do, yeah.
Birdman, Blade Runner, Ex Machina, or Looper. Even though I know of those movies.
We
Like,
1000%, like in the next few weeks, we have to do Tropic Thunder.
I do have to watch Tropic Thunder. What can I
Because
say?
Tropic Thunder is like, has the most memes of any movie I've ever seen.
It's pretty memey.
Yeah. And then there's another one that you said on there that I was. Oh yeah, TMNT, by the way, is the older ones, the
Okay,
ones where they're like in like costumes.
I've seen it like a long time ago. Not
Okay.
recent. I don't have much memories of that, I will say.
There's 3 of them. We don't have to watch all 3. We just watch one of them, but they're really good. They have no business being as good as they are.
Cowabunga and pizza.
Yeah.
It's like a very big themes in Turtles.
Yeah.
Honestly, Shredder and Splinters are going to be in that movie, right? Right?
Yeah.
Do they have
I think what happened?
the Crow? Is it really the Crow? I don't remember, dude. The
The
brain
what?
are the brain things in that movie?
Oh, oh man. No, they're not.
Okay, I don't remember the Crow, the Creel. I don't know. Whatever they're called, the brain things.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember what they're called, yeah. We do have
I'll look it up right now. Just the
what are those
TNT brains.
2 like animals we have?
Jackie Chan's Talisman Adventure.
Nope. Yeah, why don't you hit me with a Wikipedia part 2 about the TMNT yeah, Krang. Why don't you try to find and run me down the list of TMNT villains?
Well, the Krang are obviously one. Shredder's one.
Yeah, Krang, yeah. Shredder, of course.
Leatherhead, classic.
Okay.
Drag, Lord Drag. Baxter Stockman, he's like a fly or whatever. Karai, I think she's under Shredder.
Yeah.
Rat King, Bebop,
Yeah.
and Rocksteady.
Yeah, there we go. Bebop and Rocksteady are in one of those movies.
Okay, Agent Bishop, Taka and Razar. Ooh, the Foot Clan, classic by the way. Foot Clan.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't know. They're classic.
Do you remember the 2003 version of TMNT?
That
The one
is
that was on.
by the way, I will say.
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant
I've
Ninja
learned
Turtle,
that
Teenage Mutant
people do
Turtle.
not love that version of that
Okay.
show.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I
And
think
I'm
it's
like,
probably, I will say it's probably our childhood that's letting us say, "Yeah, boy." You know what I mean?
nah, it's great.
They had a sequel to this where they went to like the future in TMNT. Yeah, Turtles Forever, or
Yeah.
Fast Forward. Was it?
I watched like 2 episodes of that. I remember not watching it.
And Back to Sewer when they went back to the past.
Hmm.
And Turtles Forever was the movie.
Was that the one where they met their older selves?
Yes.
I have to watch that show again. You know what? I'm about to watch that show again. all seasons. I'll just binge that. So yeah, that was really good. Try and find that older trilogy of movies and let me know what the names of them are. Because I think they have subtitles. I don't know if it's just 1, 2, 3.
G movie.
I think they're like the late 90s.
Yeah, 1990. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Mhm. Early 90s, okay. Yeah.
Then followed by The Secret of the Ooze, and then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3.
Wow, so only 2 has a subtitle?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
And then TMNT in 2007.
Oh yeah, that was the animated one, I think. That was the one where Raph beats Leonardo, but only because Leo let him, you know?
thing is that you can honestly say that, according to everyone, is that they're saying that this is actually a sequel to the OG trilogy.
I'll have to watch the OG trilogy again. Cause I remember the '07 one starts, and like the whole premise is that Leo has been gone for a while because he's been like training to become a better leader somewhere.
Yeah, he's in Central America, dude.
Yeah.
Raphael's the Night Watcher. Michelangelo is Cowabunga Carl.
Yep.
Donatello's the IT tech support.
I don't remember if the third one ends like that. They like went through time though. I feel like they did their job.
Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Ninja Turtles, Turtles in a Half Shell. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't unless you have anything else, I think that's it, right?
Yeah, I have a much more. I got a lot of movies I could add to the list in
Sure.
the future. I will say. For right now, I can't really say anything on it because I don't really have
Okay.
that much now. However, definitely will be adding more as I continue. Like watching movies, I got like a bunch of stuff that I want to watch.
Mhm. Have you
I'll
seen it?
Parasite, dude. Not even a joke.
What happened?
I'll rewatch Parasite.
Oh,
Snowpiercer.
yeah. Yeah, those are 2 ones I haven't seen.
Snowpiercer is it's like Wolf Children.
Okay.
That one scene in Wolf Children, the hallway scene.
Okay.
That's Snowpiercer. When you watch the movie, you'll understand.
Alright.
All right, the most of that movie is that hallway scene. That's not a spoiler, by the way. That's just how the filming of that film is done.
Mhm.
Because moving left to right, that's how you're moving in the movie. The back of the train is on the left side, and the front of the train's on the right. So you're going from the back of the train to the front of the train. So most of the time you're moving left to right character.
Mhm.
This is how they film. It makes it very easy to tell where's the back and where's the front of the train. So if you see a character ever moving to the left of the image, you're like, well, that's going to be going to the back of the train. Right, they're going to the front of the train. So it's used very visually.
Yeah,
So
it sounds like it.
and going back for progress.
Mm.
The hallway scene in Wolf Children is very different. What it's used for,
Yeah.
but it's still good. How's Wolf Children has no right being that good? I think we talked about this last time too.
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
No right being that good, and I don't like that I can say that and not mean it all the way. Where I'm like,
Mhm.
it's so good that I can't really categorize it as normally would. It's just good.
Mm.
Feels good. I watched it. Made me have emotion again. I shed a tear. Single tear.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
Like super sad. It's just like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like it's realistically.
Yeah, as real as you can get, yeah.
It's like ignore the fact that they're wolf children. By the way, ignoring that these children are half wolf.
Mhm.
It's pretty sad.
Yeah, definitely.
Remember when she was trying to figure out if she should take him to the vet or a doctor?
Yeah.
He's like,
A very tough decision because 'cause they're kind of both.
"Do we go to the vet? Do we go to the doctor? I don't know, man. That's a tough call.
You just bring them both.
Just chop them in half and send one half.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only logical solution,
Send
really.
one kid to the vet and one kid to the doctor. See what happens, and then you're like,
Yeah.
okay, now we know where to go for this thing.
Mhm.
Tough to explain. Like your children are wolves, man.
I don't know if you've noticed.
Like, "You're a wolves." Explain.
Mhm.
Any scientist that ever came up to her, she had to be like, she had to like, just be like, vanished, dude. She's like, your children are wolves, ma'am.
Yeah.
Why don't we take them into a lab to test them?
Mhm.
Excuse me, they're my children. Please don't. Are you part wolf? No, but like, then how do you get these chimera children?
It's definitely a hard thing to explain.
You see, like their father's a wolf, and there's too many questions there already. You have to. As
So wait, hold on.
far as I know, you can't breed across species.
You learn something new every day.
Great power comes great responsibility.
And you, ma'am, have tapped into the greatest power we have ever seen.
Looper. I'm okay watching Grand Budapest Hotel again. It's been a while.
Mm.
I actually want to see Arrival. I feel like a little bit has been spoiled for me about Arrival. It's already been so long since that movie came out.
Mm. I've never seen it. I don't know.
Well, it's the Alien one.
Yeah.
Got him. That's the big spoiler. They're aliens.
Oh man.
God, I'm so good. Cannot be beat, cannot be stopped. I'm too good. Cancel the series right here. The comedy's never reached its peak before.
Let's just end the episode there, and then have like a memoriam, like Untitled, Unfocused, 2020 to 2020.
That's it. And then like 30 seconds later, the episode's back. Like nothing ever happened.
No, we're still going. We're good.
They're never edited. They're never edited.
Yeah,
All
never.
the exactly the same.
Yeah.
Sorry to tell you all. There is no love and care in these episodes edited. It's chopped. It's like the episode starts here, it ends here. That you get the episode. It's like, yeah, edit it and put something in here. Nothing's gonna get put in.
No.
That's the beauty of it.
Uncut, and you know what I mean?
Uncut raw footage. Straight from the Amazon rainforest.